Welcome once again to the Comic Wrestling Podcast. We are in our usual nerd lounge this evening. We're in Casa de Deadly Dave. This will be a special Wrestlemania edition. We won't be talking about comic books this time. It's just going to be a full feature-length edition of the Comic Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah, a long Wrestlemania, like 5 hours or something like that. It's going to be crazy. Off the hook, off the chains. It's going to be insane in the membrane. We can't wait to get started.
We might even get off the rails.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of off the rails. If you hear crunching and munching, it's because we've got hors d'oeuvres from craft services delivered here to us via, we had to go out and buy them ourselves and bring them here via chips and dips and all sorts of crazy stuff. We got food coming, so there'll be that a little bit later. Dave and I are very excited to, Jesus, this is
podcast number 6.
Not even that. I'm saying WrestleMania. We've watched like the last 10 of them.
Yeah.
Probably together.
Yep.
So this is a big moment for us to get to like record us enjoying enjoying WrestleMania. It'll be really cool. There's a lot of matches.
16 matches.
16 matches. Now all of them didn't happen and aren't happening on the big stage of WrestleMania, the card itself. They're the pre-show matches. We've had a few of them so far. We didn't record during them because Dave and I were making other things for your pleasure that you will all be graced with very soon. We can't wait to show you that stuff.
Stay tuned to all our social media, and we'll be announcing more on that very soon. Twitter and Facebook.
Yep, it's gonna be really cool. We got some feedback on some of the stuff we were doing, and it's positive, so we're excited to share that. Jeez, I ran out of gas already. I'm winded.
I can do without Sam Roberts on my TV, though.
Yeah, that's what we're watching right now is like the last 10 minutes or 6-7 minutes of the pre-show, which has the coach, which I predicted he'll be in the Hall of Fame next year. Wishful thinking. I like the coach. Sam Roberts?
Roberts, yeah.
He's a creepy guy.
He's very creepy.
What did Edge say to him?
Oh, God, I don't...
Something about looking like Sideshow Bob dipped in something, but it was funny. It was funny.
And you have Booker T and David Otunga.
2-time Hall of Famer Booker T. As of last night, he got inducted in the Hall of Fame.
He's got to be inducted a couple more times so he can be a 5-time Hall of Famer.
5-time.
He can have 5 rings on.
Well, even though we're not into WrestleMania right now, and they'll talk about the Hall of Fame later, but they will not mention what happened at the Hall of Fame last night. Dave, you want to talk about that for a
Bret
minute?
Hart, a legend in the business, a man who's had a stroke, by God, got attacked by
Wait a minute, God gave him a stroke?
Well, I would imagine. Got attacked by a fan last night, if you can call a jackass like that a fan. And that fan got the shit kicked out of him. Dash Wilder is now my spirit animal. If you can see the video of Dash Wilder uppercutting this guy in the face.
One shot to the mug.
And even Ronda Rousey's husband, the MMA star, got into it. It was one of the stupidest things ever. You didn't see the whole thing on the broadcast because they cut right to a crowd shot of it, but you can go on social media and find different angles
everywhere.
of it. It was I never thought I'd see something like that. WWE needs to beef up their security a little bit because there's no way somebody should have gotten up there that quick.
Yeah, it was, and I know how he got up there that quick is definitely, the way it is, but they had the ring, like for the people that watch the Hall of Fame, previously the Hall of Fame has been held up on the stage. This year they had the ring, just like you're watching Raw or SmackDown or any other wrestling show, the ring dead center of the crowd. So the crowd is even closer now because before when they were up on the stage, your whole like first 15 rows were the superstars and their families. Now you are dead center of that crowd.
And I think that had a lot to do with it.
I do too.
But I think it was a cost-cutting measure because they already had the NXT ring set up in the Barclays Center. So instead of setting up a stage, we'll just take one set of the ropes down and we'll put some steps up to it and a podium, and there you go.
Right.
Less expense for us.
But look how that played out.
Right.
I'm just really excited that we're recording and doing a podcast and an episode during WrestleMania. Like, this is something we talked about a while ago.
And this is what we want to keep doing. We want to do stuff that's different. We don't want to keep doing the same thing all the time. We want to change it up.
Branch out a little bit, do a couple different little things here and there, get different, flavors in people's mouths, do, that kind of thing.
Also, something I want to mention today, I met former NWO member, Scott Norton. There was a free autograph signing at Heroes Hideout. He was incredibly gracious. He was real nice. He even signed an extra 8x10 for me for Ace. which I thought was really cool. And it was real nice to meet somebody like that. He looks the same as he did back in the day. I didn't think he was as short as he is. He was only a little bit taller than me, and I'm about 5 foot nothing.
Yep.
So, but that was a really cool way to start the day, and start off the day of WrestleMania with something cool like an autograph signing. It was a lot of fun.
That is really cool, and I didn't go. I opted not to go. I just wasn't. Nothing against Scott Norton, but it just wasn't me. Not being a WCW guy.
Right.
Yes. There were a lot of other guys in NWO that, like Buff Bagwell and stuff like that really didn't have an impact on me either, but it was like, I knew of them wrestling. Like, I didn't know of Scott Norton other than just being part of the NWO.
Right.
So he wasn't really somebody that I constantly watched all the time. It's somebody I learned about, so...
You have no desire to really make the effort to go down and...
And not so much that, it was just... I don't know how to say this without saying it. I don't want to waste my time and his time.
Right.
Because I want him to meet the people that want to go and meet him, and not just somebody like me that's going to be like, oh, hey, you were in wrestling. It's nice to meet you. Thanks. I appreciate what he did, whatever he did for the NWO and stuff like that, but I'm just one of those ones like, I don't need to meet you.
And since we have a little bit of time before the show starts, Thursday was my birthday.
It was. Happy birthday.
Thank you. And since Ace talked about what I got him for his birthday, I figured I would give a shout out to him on what he gave me. One of the coolest things I have ever gotten is a huge Hulk Funko Pop from Thor Ragnarok, which is one of my favorite movies. This thing is huge. Yeah. I mean, take one of the regular Pops and multiply it by about 20.
I don't know what the size of that thing is, but it's a good size.
And he also got me a really cool long-sleeve Venom t-shirt where Venom is licking a Spider-Man lollipop, and it also has some cool designs down on the sleeve, so... It was really cool to get that stuff. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad he's mentioning this now because this was not in the card. I was going to fill out a little slip and put it in the card, but I wanted to wait to get your reaction live on the podcast. When I go to the Boston Comic-Con this year, you can pick one celebrity that they'll have, and I will pay for the autograph for whoever it is that you pick. So that's another part of the birthday gift.
That is fucking amazing.
So whoever you happen to want to be like, that's the one guy I want to meet, it's on me. So there you go.
That's awesome. I can't wait for that.
I was going to not fill something out, but like write it on the card and say this is good for one autograph at the Comic-Con. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to say this on the podcast and have it be in the moment.
And I really appreciate that. Also, something a lot of people don't know about us is we like to give John Cena stuff as gag gifts.
We do.
And he used clear wrapping paper on my gifts. Yep. Because it's John Cena wrapping paper and you can't see it, which I thought was really funny.
And I'll give the backstory on that because normally when we do gag gifts for each other and it's a John Cena thing, it's kind of like a thought provoked or it's like, oh crap, that resonates from a certain point in time. Like one of the things Dave has set out right now for WrestleMania is a picture frame of Fruity Pebbles, the cereal, with John Cena on the cover of it. Because The Rock called John Cena the leader of the Fruity Pebble group or something like that. So I thought that was funny, and I gave it to Dave. So the wrapping paper, I was in Dollar General. I thought it was silver. And then I read after I bought it, it said clear. So I was just kind of disgruntled with it. I wasn't going to use it because I thought, who the fuck uses clear wrapping paper? What is the point of that, right?
Yep.
That's like murdering somebody and telling them your personal information as you're doing it, and then they get away and they tell somebody where you live and what your social is. It just doesn't make sense to me. So my mom, I was with her, and she said, basically, you're creative. You can come up with something, you'll figure out how to make that a funny gift. So in that seconds of her saying that, I said, it's the John Cena wrapping paper. You can't see it. Perfect gag gift.
Perfect.
And it was funny. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to announce right now, WrestleMania 35 is kicking off.
Live on the Comic Wrestling Podcast.
Live on our Comic Wrestling Podcast.
Now, it won't be live when you hear it,
right,
but it is live right now.
Right, and Yolanda Adams.
I might win the lotto?
Nope, no.
I'm sorry.
Dave, no.
I'm sorry.
No big money tonight, buddy. Sorry. And I say penguins because they're a bunch of people in black and white outfits.
Now, would this sound unpatriotic of me to say that I'm kind of National Anthem and America Beautiful out? I don't think you need it on big stages anymore.
I'll go a step further. I'm sitting down right now during it. I'm not kneeling. I'm not standing. I'm sitting down. Come at me.
I think it's almost as if you have to do it now. Like it's a prerequisite.
Yep. But if you don't do it, you're going to get yelled at.
Yeah, it's...
Well,
they didn't really go all out on the stage this year.
No, they
didn't. It was kind of generic this year.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know who Yolanda Adams is.
Me neither. They seem to scrape the bottom of the barrel with the musical acts lately.
Yeah, this set's not impressive.
It's like they took the old Raw's War screen and just made it an LCD screen and put it up there.
Look at that Ewok-y thing. This is going to be a fun podcast. This is going to be a lot of randomness, all over the placeness.
This is what we do. This is us. And we want you to see what we are and to get a little behind the scenes look of, who we are and what we do.
Wow. I just kind of, as you said that, behind the scenes and to look at who we are. That's almost like you foreshadowed a behind the scenes thing and something that would make them look at us. That's so weird.
I think maybe YouTube might have something to do with that.
I might want to keep an eye on YouTube here in the next week.
Well, maybe you should subscribe to our YouTube, and that'll make it even easier.
I have subscribed to our YouTube.
Well, that's good, because I have as well.
I hit the bell, so I'm one of the first ones to get notifications on my own YouTube channel.
Oh my god, helicopter. Shane McMahon's about to do a bump off of a helicopter.
Oh, man.
Oh, wait, the match hasn't started yet. I'm sorry.
So would they get rid of the jets and now it's helicopters? But you can't get rid of... Now, see, if you're going to have the national anthem and all that, the jets go along with it.
Right.
What's going on here? There's going to be a lot of quietness at spots, but that's okay. It's going to get edited at some times. But then there's a lot of quietness because we want to know what the hell's going on, too.
And we just can't talk for 5 hours straight. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not Michael Cole. I can't just rattle off stupid shit for 5 hours.
I could. You really want to hear that? You don't. I live alone. I'm my own best friend. I sit in front of a mirror and I talk to it and I listen to him. I respond to him, and it's good times. I'm sad. I'm a lonely person.
Oh, Pyro! Something you haven't seen in WWE in a while.
Went all out with that Pyro.
A couple short bursts,
Oh, here we go. We got a composer. Now, obviously, we're not going to do a video or probably any WWE show we do. And if we do a video, it's always going to be facing us, never the TV. So when we say, oh, look at that, we obviously know you people out there.
Yeah, I don't have enough money to pay a lawyer for copyright infringement. It's just not something I can handle.
Exactly. We're going to commentate, too, during this. We're going to commentate during some of the matches. This is going to be a whole lot of fun.
We're probably going to crap on Ronda Rousey a lot, just saying, because I am not a big fan of her whatsoever.
You can edit this out or you can leave this part in, but you said crapped on. That's a great segue. Do what you want with that.
This isn't going to be a regular podcast that you listen to, folks. This is going to be completely different. That's what we've wanted to be from the start, is completely different. We're going to be goofy. We're going to have fun. And we hope that you have fun listening to us. That's what this is all about. We like to have fun. We like to hang around each other. And we wanted other people to be around and to listen to what we do and to have fun. And if you like it, that's awesome. And we'd love to hear about it. If you don't like it, if you think we can improve on something, that's cool too. We want to have fun. We want to have fun all the time. And this is our way of maybe helping you guys to have a little fun and to just be goofy and have a good time. That's what we want. And of course, we have the obligatory opening promo video that's always at a WrestleMania.
WrestleMania!
WrestleMania!
Oh, WrestleMania.
It truly is amazing to see how many people they pack into an arena like that. And of course, we've got the usual guy with the Vancouver for WrestleMania sign.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let y'all know that I feel so much better, and we want to just bring to you a quick sponsor that has been with us from the start for the Comic Wrestling Podcast, and that is our personal favorite brand of toilet paper, which is called Shit Paper. It's an acronym for strongly holding, intimate to the touch. That's the type of paper you want to use when you wipe your bottom half. Okay, back to WrestleMania. Does that work?
Oh, Alexa Bliss. Oh, I love a moment of bliss. Looking hot today.
She looked way better in the first dress she was in. Because it showed more of her. Now, I heard Dave say that this isn't going to be your typical podcast. It's really not. This isn't an episode. It's a hangout. But we're going to try to make it feel like it's like an episode, but also not. I guess it's just going to be
Maybe we might even break it up into 2 parts so you're not listening to that long of a broadcast.
Right. If it's like a 5-hour show, we could do like a 2.5 hour.
And even with editing, it'll be less than that.
Exactly. So. You could put it up at at the same time, but just 2 different.
Yeah, so you don't have to listen to it all at once and get bored with our goofiness and foolishness and
banterness. I must say, in the Dragon's Den, it is quite warm in this place. It's a very warm
Dragon's Den. Because I breathe fire, motherfucker.
I know, and I'm just not ready. Hulk Hogan is at WrestleMania! Brother posing, brother! Or is it just Hulk Hogan? It's pretty cool Hulk Hogan's on WrestleMania.
It's pretty cool that we've met Hulk Hogan.
I've never met Hulk Hogan. I met a 6'5" bag of hot dogs that was dressed up as Hulk Hogan. Do you think he's going to say something racist? That Kofi Kingston, brother!
That's hurtful.
To who? Who's hurt?
Well, if you watch the Hall of Fame, the New Day clearly was hurt.
Well, you know what? It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Don't you dare be sour
on that negativity. Be positive. Look at Hulk Hogan.
And eat your pancakes.
I do love pancakes.
Oh, cameraman got in the way. Vince McMahon's probably pissed about that.
Hulk Hogan's telling us something, brothers. Well, Hogan's here at WrestleMania for a cheap pop. That's all it really was. And Alexa Bliss, to pop
just
is
makes
not
it pop.
Be cheap.
Not much on the most muscular there from Alexa Bliss, but I'm into it.
Right. Works for me. She should have come out dressed in like yellow and red.
Yeah, not like she can't do a costume change.
Oh, shit!
Paul Heyman! Oh my God!
Look at him move, ladies and gentlemen, like
He's got the Vince McMahon walk going on.
Oh my God! Look at Hogan. He's perplexed. Huh, brother? I tell you, I've seen walruses walk faster when that guy's on a mission, brother. Huh. It's gonna get quiet here for a minute because when Paul Heyman talks, we all listen. Are they really going to have the championship match as the first one?
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting out WrestleMania with the Universal Heavyweight Championship match.
Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, the Slayer, the Beast Slayer, the King Slayer, the whatever else comes down the pipeline Slayer. You know, his favorite band, though, is not Slayer. Did you know that? No.
Huh, how about that?
He says he doesn't really like that band at all. Brock Lesnar eats, breathes, and sleeps that championship right there. He will not let that thing go.
He's got a death grip on that title.
He really does. He's a monster. Brock Lesnar. He is going to win. No, he's not. We have a prediction board over here. We do it every pay-per-view. There might have been 1 time or 2 times we didn't. But we have a prediction board where it has all the matches on it. The Comic Wrestling Podcast is sponsoring them. That's so weird.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Who would have thought? But the Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins match, we both picked Rollins to walk away with the Universal Championship here tonight.
Feel like a babyface turnout for tonight. That's what we're hoping for, folks.
Not me. I want to see a bad guy win. With Brock Lesnar's match being the very first match on the card, I'm going to take it he's really going to lose because he just wants to get the hell out of there. Kind of like what Paul Heyman said when he got there. If their match isn't last, then they're not sitting around waiting all night.
I would say that this is actually a really cool way to start out WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, not that they've never started out WrestleManias before. I don't know if WWE is cheap on their stuff like that or if it's cool, because I feel like things like 5 years ago were cooler for intros and stuff.
Yeah, I wish they would go back to the video packages of highlights of, their moves and all that stuff and people that they've beaten and the old Titantrons.
Yeah.
It just seems like they've just kind of fallen by the wayside. Like they just don't care about that stuff anymore.
They've let go of the theatricality of it.
Yep.
It's gone.
Now a lot of people were hoping that Seth Rollins would have a Thanos-inspired outfit. Well, that didn't happen.
Again? I would not expect him to wear a Thanos-styled outfit, only because he's kind of... I don't think his outfit is inspired by Ronin, who wears gold and black in the comics. I think he's going from when he was the King Slayer.
Right.
Wearing the Slayer outfit.
They're fighting on the outside, folks. Brock Lesnar is kicking the crap out of Seth Rollins right now.
Punches! There's bunches of punches. Brock Lesnar with a huge... Oh, he slams him into the guard. Is that the kind of commentary you want to do?
Yeah, that's cool with me.
He picks him up and he's gonna... Oh, he's gonna...
F5! F5! F5 on the floor!
Right on the floor. Seth Rollins is broken in half. He died. He is
Somebody
dead.
stop the damn match.
The Rock's mother is in the background looking oh so unconcerned. Look at her. She just doesn't care.
So does that mean The Rock's gonna show up tonight?
No,
since
her
she's there?
nephew.
That doesn't mean
Samoa
he won't
Joe.
show up. Samoa Joe, yeah, who's not part of the family whatsoever. But what? Oh,
I'm surprised they let him keep the name Samoa though.
yeah.
And then they even acknowledged when him and Reigns were feuding. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like WrestleMania, then you're listening to the wrong podcast. If you do like WrestleMania, and
You're
not
probably still listening to the wrong podcast.
right?
I'm just saying.
We're wrong. We're wrong for everybody. But tune in and check us out. Seth Rollins is getting the poo kicked out of him. Look at this throw. Watch this.
Oh, you can't.
Oh.
But, watch it. You know.
I'm talking to you.
Oh, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't watch what we're watching, but try to watch it.
Oh, it gets thrown over
Ooh.
the announce table.
Right into the chairs. They exploded like a wet piñata with a baseball bat. He's covered in wires.
Pinata. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, is that racist? I don't understand the world we live in anymore.
I mean, the Mexicools came out on lawnmowers at one point.
And then
so,
you got the Lucha House Party.
Yeah, that's very a
Jesus.
stereotype. It's like Vince Russo is booking again, for God's sakes.
You know what? Dave talked about getting gifts for people earlier, and we're talking about booking shit. It's only appropriate that I plug my favorite podcast, which is the Something to Wrestle With, Bruce Pritchard. And so Dave got me a shirt that says who booked this emoji poop face on it, because it's one of their shirts. So, you know, Vince Russo, who booked this shit. That's all we got to say. And I like this shirt.
I'm waiting for something to be on a poll. You know, if Vince Russo is
Hey,
here.
bring Alexa Bliss back out.
Oh,
wow. Oh, boy. I'm going to... hope we don't get canceled because of that.
Who the fuck is going to cancel us?
Cyrus the Virus.
I represent the network.
Can you hear me rustling around getting my chippies? These are good.
Craft services, folks. That's what you get when you come to the Comic Wrestling Podcast.
Can I say, like, name brand stuff? Or
Yeah.
Craft Services brought us Tostitos with Tostitos cheese and a Pepsi and other name brand stuff that wants to, they can endorse us and sponsor
We take
us.
gift cards.
Yeah. You know, people look at, hear their podcast and they say, wow, they drink Pepsi? I like those guys. I'm going to go drink a Pepsi. And that, like, skyrockets Pepsi's brand.
Oh my God, the German announcers are down.
Oh, Zashusko! Brock Lesnar is manhandling Seth Rollins.
Which makes me think that Rollins is going to make a big comeback. Just saying.
Because that happened with Reigns. Right? Didn't he win or no? He just got the shit kicked out of him?
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, look at his back!
Yeah, he's messed. He hit the virtual reality thing on the guard or the safety rail. I think that's why.
Wow, his back is bruised. I want to see that again.
Kind of like when Orton landed on the monitor when he did the RKO to Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that went right in his shoulder.
Yep. Yeah, Lesnar's pretty much decimating Seth Rollins at this point.
Oh, Seth Rollins' back looks like a pound of ground beef.
But he'll still burn it down.
Speaking of burn it down, I just saw Rob Van Dam is going back to TNA.
He is.
Wow.
They must have paid him a shitload of money.
I thought he was retired. Or did he never officially announce that?
No, I don't think he did. But, if they're willing to pay him enough money, and they tape, once a month, so he doesn't have to travel much,
right.
So, yeah. Oh, Suplex City has started, folks. That's number 1, and Paul Heyman is counting at ringside. Oh my God, it's been 4 years since he cashed in Money in the Bank. That's ridiculous. It's been 5 years since Brock Lesnar broke the streak. One of the worst nights in the history of WrestleMania.
We were sitting not right here in this room, but we were sitting in this house when that happened. I remember just the fucking air in the room went away.
That was one of the most unexpected occurrences ever in my wrestling fandom. I never thought that would happen.
Dave cried.
Oh my God, look at his back. He looks like he's been beaten to shit with a chair.
Yeah, and the chair won.
Almost an F5. Oh, ref bump! First match of the night, and we have a ref bump.
Oh, low blow by Seth Rollins. Oh my God.
He learned from The Undertaker.
Oh.
Kick him in the ding-ding.
Oh, man.
Another ref, holy shit!
Seth Rollins trying to pull himself together here. The crowd is on fire. They're right behind him, and he goes with a curb stomp!
Curb stomp!
Oh, Seth Rollins is too weak to get the cover.
Too bad there's no Money in the Bank winners around to cash something in.
Yeah, that kind of takes that out of there, doesn't it?
Yep. Oh, another curb stomp!
Look at Paul Heyman looking like he's scared of his own shadow. I think Lesnar's going to catch him here. Nope.
No, another!
A third curb stomp. Could this be it? He's going for the pin.
Curb stomp city, bitch! Oh my God! 1, 2, 3, Seth Rollins new Universal Champion.
Wow.
What a way to start WrestleMania.
But what does that say about, like, Lesnar? All he got was 3 curb stomps. Like, does that, like, Roman Reigns couldn't do that? Undertaker couldn't do that? You know what I mean? It's weird. Not that WWE will acknowledge it like that.
Right.
But when you as a fan, you're like, that suspension of disbelief. You're like, wait a minute. It took 6 F5s to Undertaker to pin him and only 3 to pin Roman Reigns. So, you know, stupid stuff like that.
Actually, I'm really glad that it's somebody like Seth Rollins that was the one to take it away from Lesnar. I think that's really cool.
That's cool. Seth Rollins is your new Universal Champion.
Oh, we didn't even do a ref bump. The ref ducked it and just crawled out of the ring. That's actually pretty cool. It just looked like Lesnar ran into him from the camera angle they had.
You know, this wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't give shout-outs. So I want to give a shout-out to my favorite person in the whole wide world, and that's me. Because I'm doing a really good job at this podcast. Dave, I'm going to give a shout-out to you because I think you're doing a great job at this podcast.
Thank you.
Go Podcast, the Comic Wrestling Podcast. Check us out.
I want to say one to somebody that, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be doing this today, and that's Mike Ballard, who used to come to these all the time, and maybe should in the future.
Yep.
And I'd like to say, I don't know.
Which that's a throwback to the old days. Yeah, Mike Ballard. I don't miss him like that. I wouldn't kiss him or anything.
He'll appreciate that, though. He's a
him.
listener to the podcast.
He's my buddy. Me and Mike Ballard went and saw Steve-O live a couple of months ago. That was kind of cool.
I think we should involve him. Definitely.
I keep telling him he's pretty much only off on Thursdays. Oh, your back has got to be so sore after all this.
Swinging around the belt like the Ultimate Warrior.
Because as the Warrior said, the Warrior is in all of us.
Always believe. Great way to start off WrestleMania.
I think after this match, they should have the Doink the Clown Battle Royal.
Just shitloads of doinks.
Just a bunch of jobbers.
45 doinks.
46. 46 doinks. And you can bring Fifi in and dress her up as a doink.
Oh, shit.
Just because it's WrestleMania season, baby. It's here. The man. The world is watching. Charlotte. Woo!
And we have to do merchandise plugs in our WrestleMania broadcast.
Exactly. We're going to do our own merchandise plug, and it's for Funkos, the pop figures. Dave loves them. I love them. That's all I got to say. Tonight only, buy one shirt, get one shirt for $1 at WWEshop.com. Jerry the King Lawler.
We've met him more times than we can count, folks.
Jerry the King Lawler at one show was so bored of meeting people, he was asleep in the car.
And that's how we feel after some of his independent matches, just saying.
Well, look at Lesnar. They don't ever normally show videos like this of them guys walking out like that. Maybe he's going to kill somebody.
Actually, I'm kind of glad that we can't hear the commentary right now because I don't really need to hear King tonight.
Well, the only thing I want to say about King is he raided Jim Cornette's jacket closet.
I'm waiting for him to come out with a tennis racket.
I'm going to say it. Jerry the King Lawler jacketed off Jim Cornette. I'm going to say it just like that. Dave, what is the next match we got up?
AJ Styles and the Viper, Randy Orton.
For the battle of who built the house that is named SmackDown. Which was really no battle there. It's Randy Orton. Because in retrospect, AJ Styles, SmackDown was around before you got here. But I get the idea of it. I'm excited.
We'll call it the battle of who's relevant and who's not.
Who cares, and we do care. For those of you that don't know, Dave and I are not huge fans of Randy Orton. He's very stale with us.
Has been for a long time.
He's a snake without any venom. Just real boring.
I'm gonna go on a bold prediction. There's gonna be a DDT from the second rope. Just saying, just putting it out there. It doesn't happen in every match, does it? Oh yes, it does.
And I'm gonna add to that, and I'm gonna call a spot. AJ Styles is gonna go for the phenomenal forearm. Randy Orton is gonna go for that oh so scary RKO that he can just pop out of nowhere. But because of these last few weeks on SmackDown, Randy Orton's been getting the upper hand on AJ Styles. I think he's gonna see it coming, and he's gonna dodge it, and he's gonna get him with a Pele right after he rolls through with that forearm. That's my call. Ooh, look at that big scary snake that's not really up on stage, but they're pretending it is. Does anybody that listens to these podcasts, when you're watching these pay-per-views, WrestleMania right now, when you hear this or whatever, do you buy that bullshit CGI stuff?
I think it makes it look hokey.
Yeah.
It's like you're taking stuff from the 80s, the old graphics from the 80s, and just putting it up over an HD presentation.
Exactly. And Who's seeing that? Just the people that are watching it on the network. Who cares? Nobody.
It doesn't add to my enjoyment of the show whatsoever. Now, if live snakes were falling from the ceiling, that's a little different.
Oh my God, could you imagine the fucking just the craziness of that? Oh my God, I would go to that show. You drop snakes down from the ceiling, I'm going to be at your show every night.
Harrison Ford won't be there, though. He hates snakes.
He does not like snakes.
Why does it have to be snakes?
Go find a rope or something!
Oh, the Spanish announcers.
Oh, Jerry Soto. I was wondering when you were going to come on. I have no idea who Jerry Soto is.
What I want to know is, who regulates what they say on commentary? Who in the back knows what the fuck those guys are saying when you've got 8 different announced teams? Who's the one that is in charge of what they're saying?
Cesaro.
There you go.
I just answered your question.
Give him something to do.
He is doing play-by-play commentary with all of your different commentators because he speaks all of those different languages.
He's got a mixer and he just flicks back and forth between commentary
He's
teams.
in the back.
That's a very good point.
There you go. I answered that question. See, well, this is WrestleMania weekend. The doorbell just rang. Could we possibly have a special guest here? Dave, I'll keep the people entertained. You see who's at the door. I'm not going to keep anybody entertained because I don't really know what else to say.
Food's here.
Was she attractive?
Not really.
Well, it's on record the pizza lady wasn't attractive.
Hope she doesn't listen.
She's only going to get a little tip.
Oh,
jeez. Oh, boy. Oh. Again, nobody writes my stuff.
Who would want to? Oh, sorry, my bad.
You know what? I'm going to say it right now. Dave insults me all the time. I'm looking at the laptop right now. I'm speaking to you people out there in the internet world. Dave insults me all the time. He calls me a fat ass when we go to Popeyes.
You are!
Well, that's not the point. He calls me a fat ass when we go to Popeyes because I get like $40 worth of food. And I have feelings too.
Do you know how many chickens this man has killed in his lifetime, ladies and gentlemen?
I don't kill the chickens. I just don't let the chickens that are killed go to waste. What I'm trying to say is I need help.
That's for sure.
A GoFundMe. WrestleMania 35. I can't believe there's been 35 WrestleManias.
I'm old as fuck.
Dave's older than WrestleMania. I am younger than WrestleMania.
Back in my day,
we didn't have a WrestleMania. We just had wrestlers. It was Mania. And to think, wrestling started back in, I'm going to date it here, 1905 with Jimmy the Strangler Puddin' Pop, who couldn't get his diddly out of his pants, and somebody asked him, "What are you doing, Diddly Pop?" And he said, I'm wrestling, my Jimmy out of my pants. And that started the craze, and, belts were made after that to go around your waist to hold your pants up.
Well, what kind of hold do you have on it? I got a figure 4 on it.
He had a figure 4 on it. He had a chokehold right around the neck.
And then you get Boston Crabs.
You get Boston Crabs from wrestling.
Off the rails once again.
Off the rails. That's a true story. You can look it up. I heard that on a podcast with Shinsuke Nakamura. He told me that when he was IWGP Heavyweight Champion in 2005. That part's true. He was champion in 2005. Dave, should we tell the people what we're eating?
Well, might as well. We've talked about every fucking thing else we're doing, so...
What do you eat, man? What do you got over there?
I got pizza. I got pizza with no sauce and extra cheese. I'm fucking weird.
Oh, shit. A sauceless pizza with extra cheese? I'm eating my celery first, because I love celery.
And he's a fat fuck, so he needs just the greens.
My waist has a problem, and the rest of me just doesn't care, okay? I have a boneless chicken wings, which, how do you call it a chicken wing if it's boneless? I mean, that's a tender cut up. And I got onion rings that are not crispy, as I asked. They're good nonetheless. We would like to thank some made-up food place for dropping all this off.
Because they're not sponsoring us, damn it.
They're not sponsoring us, and it's not cool beans that they're not sponsoring us. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It might be fresh, I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, this match is a snooze fest.
And I hate saying that about an AJ Styles match.
And I would like to consider Dave and I wrestling purists. Pretty much know our shit, like what we know and know what we like. I think when we're both on the same page with something, it's a definitive yes. Like if Dave and I are both saying Randy Orton is kind of stale, then to me that's a fact. It's not just him having an opinion or me having an opinion. So other people could say, well, Randy Orton's on his game. Oh, well, his game is boring.
And has been.
For a while.
I think a lot of it has to do with he has not really changed, and he's been here since 2002. He has not really... It's the same look, the same moves. Chris Jericho changes his gimmick every 5 minutes, you know, and it's made it exciting. AJ Styles doesn't do he does the same moves every match, but he also does other moves every match. He doesn't just stick to a formula. It seems like Randy Orton just it's paint by numbers. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And that's kind of what... His promos are horrible.
And you know, I mean, he's a good wrestler, but you know he's only riding on the name that he's Randy Orton. If he was this guy, not Randy Orton, third-generation superstar, but looked like this, wrestled like this, he'd be a flash-in-the-pan kind of guy.
He'd be Shawn Stasiak.
A Brutus Magnus, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, you look the part, you should be the part, you just, I think if it wasn't for Orton's name, really, he wouldn't be this guy.
And you can't tell me that he's still a merchandise seller, and I don't see his stuff anywhere on the shows or anything like that.
Dave? Dave's favorite moment's coming up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, my favorite moment.
Randy Orton is starting to put AJ Styles through the second rope. He slips out of it. Calf crusher!
You know, speaking of merchandise, I can't remember the last time I saw a Randy Orton action figure in stores. See AJ Styles, see John Cena, see everybody else. I can't remember the last time I saw a Randy Orton action figure.
We both have AJ Styles down on our prediction board to win this so far. We're not really counting the pre-show matches as wins or losses for us. Those ones are just kind of for fun. But we will, you know, kind of keep tally of the main card. And so far we're 1 for 1. Because on the pre-show we had who wrestled? We had the women's
Battle Royal, which ended with a pretty shocking winner of Carmella.
Yeah, I was shocked. Didn't see her come, or you know, that one coming. They had the Cruiserweight title with Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese, which another shocker.
Tony Nese with the victory.
Did not see that one coming at all either. The men's Battle Royal, right? Yeah, with Braun Strowman winning that, which...
Thank God the douchebags from Saturday Night Live did not win.
Right.
Oh, 450 splash. Springboard 450 splash by AJ Styles. Phenomenal, if I may coin a phrase.
Yeah, but not phenomenal enough. Randy Orton, the most charismatic superstar ever, kicked out of that.
I don't want to know how you judge charisma then, I'm just saying.
Oh, I base it off of the fan reaction and your personality. And if I can coin a phrase from one of the best bad guys in the business, Randy Orton oozes machismo.
He oozes something.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure what that is.
What kind of stuff do you think he oozes? Do you think do you think this is the kind of stuff that'll turn like little turtles into Ninja Turtles? You think it's that kind of ooze?
I don't even think it's that good.
Oh man.
Because that's tremendous.
Yeah, I would. Oh. If there was some kind of fucking ooze out there and somebody said, don't touch that or you'll get mutated, but you'll still be you'll just be mutated and you'll be kind of badass, let me fucking touch it. I'll be mutated me and be badass.
I would find myself a Komodo dragon and be an actual fucking dragon. That's what I'm talking about.
That'd be dope. I'd probably be a rock steady. I'd go find a rhino and be a rock steady. That'd be my thing. Oh, Randy Orton with a headbutt to AJ Styles right to the head, which is where a headbutt would be.
Unless maybe you want to put your head in somebody's butt, which, hey, to each his own, just saying.
You know what? Depending on what the butt looks like, I might put my head up it.
Well, Alexa Bliss is, hosting WrestleMania, just saying.
I don't know if we have a rating on our podcast, but we're not going to go anywhere towards the X-rated. I'll keep it right there.
Although he was fawning over Lana during the...
Oh, no, I mean, the ratings are for me to make sure I don't go over it.
Oh, okay.
If you exceed it, then I was like, I'll look at it as that's the go. Okay, I can go there. But I'm doing this as a service to the viewers. Because oh, boy, you don't want me to say anything more.
I'm sorry, folks. This match just is not good.
What we will tell you, though, is really good. Our podcast. Our podcast is really good.
That's why we are the tag team champions of podcasts.
Exactly. Because if you didn't know, your ass better call somebody. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I didn't really know where I was going with it. Oh, look at he's going to set him up again. He's going to try to do it again because he missed it the first time.
Why can't the guy that attacked Bret Hart come in now? Just to save me from this bullshit.
He's in a coma.
Probably.
Dash Wilder broke his
Dash Wilder,
face.
my new spirit animal.
I want a spirit animal. Can I come up with one by the end of the show?
If I was Harry Potter and I had a Patronus, it would be Dash Wilder.
Huh, there you go. Man, I want a cool spirit animal. Are we calling it a spirit wrestler? We'll call it that.
Sure, there you go.
I know who my spirit animal is going to be. Bobby Lashley.
The man.
No, he's not the man. He is my man, Bobby Lashley.
Oh, nice enziguri by AJ Styles.
People, you're going to hear me going nuts in a good way or a bad way when Bobby Lashley's match comes on. Because if he loses, I'm going to run. I'm going to
RKO!
Oh, come on. No way.
Yay, kick out my AJ Styles. Oh, and if you haven't watched WrestleMania yet and you're listening to this, too fucking bad.
I was just thinking spoilers, but you know what? I don't care.
I just want to see DDP come out and give a diamond cutter and just be like, that's how it's done, bitch.
Well, now, why do you think Jerry the King Lawler is announcing this match or commentating on this match? Like, what the fuck is this?
Because WWE hates us.
Yes. Yep, it's true. WWE stands for We Want Enemies. WrestleMania 35. What was the first WrestleMania you ever saw?
I want to say WrestleMania 6.
Oh, wow.
I was over at a friend's house. They had a bunch of people over. And I remember Ultimate Warrior running down to the ring. Just hearing his music hit and just him running down to the ring like a fucking maniac.
Right.
And then doing the test of strength and all that. And that was great. What about you?
I want to say it was WrestleMania. The fuck one was it with The Rock or Austin and Michaels? 14?
14, yep.
I want to say that was my first, because I feel like I remember like all that build up, but I don't know if we ordered that or not. If not, my first WrestleMania that I really, really remember was 2000.
Which was a great WrestleMania.
That was like the one that just really... I don't know if that was the first one I ever saw, because I would have been 10 by that point. I'd watched wrestling for 5 years up to that moment.
By the way, folks, Shawn Michaels looked like an idiot during the pre-show.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd throw that out there. For shits and giggles. Phenomenal forearm from the top rope to the floor on Randy Orton.
It was okay, but it wasn't that great. Orton stands there and watches him the whole time.
Further proof that Orton sucks.
Well, I know Orton's got to sell the moment while AJ sets up the spot. But God, I notice it all the time. The guys that are waiting for the spot to happen need to sell it more.
You know what I don't understand also is, like, they're coming, stagger away a little bit, and then get into position.
Play it off more instead of just laying there waiting the 5 minutes as they're climbing up the rope. And that's what I mean. Here it is, the forearm with RKO. Oh, no.
Oh, phenomenal forearm.
One thing I noticed.
AJ Styles with the win with the phenomenal forearm. Tremendous.
What? Does he ever win a match with a phenomenal forearm? I mean, probably, but I don't feel like that jumps out
and that wasn't a really good one either. He kind of fumbled that one a little bit, but it's great to see AJ get the win over
Orton.
Randy Borton.
Well, something I noticed a while back. This was it would be a few weeks ago for me because it was flash drives, but probably a couple months ago now. It was 2 times in like 2 weeks. Dean Ambrose was having a match, and he had spit. Or no, it was Braun Strowman in a Dean Ambrose moment. Braun Strowman had like snot coming out of his nose, and I'm sitting there watching, the snot in his nose because now I'm distracted by that. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I wonder if they got these like referees and like they tell them when they're on camera, be like, hey, go over and tell him he's got snot on his nose or something. So then that idea is already in my head, and I keep seeing Strowman doing this, like breathing harder, like trying to suck it back up in his nose.
He knows it's there, but he doesn't want to reach
for it. The referee, you see the referee kind of step in front of him, like try not to be in the camera way, and looking at him, and you can see him lip still there, and then you just see Strowman just wipe his face off like that. That was the first time I noticed it. The second time was, like I said, Dean Ambrose was in the ring, had spit all in his like mustache and facial hair, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait. This time I'm like waiting for the referee to come up and see him, and you'll see the referee do that to Dean Ambrose, and then you see Ambrose wiping his face off. I'm thinking,
you got cocaine on your lip. Oh no, it's just snot.
Well, I think to myself, I'm like, man, nothing in wrestling is like by accident or organic anymore. It's just we got to make it look so perfect that there's no faults anywhere, or people are gonna pick the shit out of that. It's like when, no.
Owen Hart beat Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10. He had like the film around his mouth because he was so dry.
Exactly.
Nobody took. Todd Pettengill didn't say, "Hey, you got a bunch of shit around your mouth. Stop your promo."
It just seems so stupid now to.
They want everything to be so sanitary and, perfect.
So cookie cutter, exact. It's like, that's why you have a video game, so everything is perfect like that. You're in a world that is made of imperfections.
Oh, Lacey Evans coming out for who knows what.
Does anybody care? Do you care about her?
Nope.
Internet, do you care about her?
And she had, at the Hall of Fame last night, she had a huge hat on and there was like 3 or 4 rows behind her. How pissed would you be if you were at that Hall of Fame and she was wearing that huge fucking hat in front of you? She reminds me of Eva Marie, just there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she had a defined character in NXT where she was like trying to cleanse the world of all the classless women, but all she's doing here is just fucking walking around to her music.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the tag team championships are on the line with the Usos against a couple other tag teams I can't think of off the top of my head.
And ever since the Usos dropped the face paint and the stupid dance, they have been amazing.
Even with getting arrested in the same week of fucking winning the titles. Dave and I are going with the bar on this one.
Because they don't just set the bar, they are the bar. And we have been Sheamus fans since day one.
Yep. They should have, someone should have made a joke. Well, they did. But they messed it up, actually, I remember. Someone called Sheamus and Cesaro Bebop and Rocksteady, but they mixed up the characters. Do you remember when they said that? And Sheamus is standing there, he's like, I'm Rocksteady. These guys are awesome. Oh, man, like, what? No kilts and jackets and stuff? Like, how do you come out of WrestleMania not all, like, flared up?
Yeah, that's kind of weird for them. I don't think I've ever seen them do that.
And as a wrestling fan, like, for me, when I see things like that, that makes me think the inevitable doom is soon.
Yeah, right.
It's like, okay, especially at WrestleMania, like, if you're not going to wear your jackets and look,
Yeah, you don't have special WrestleMania gear? Like, yeah.
I mean, the Usos are, kind of flared up a little bit with their jackets and what have you.
Why don't you make the minimum 47 pieces of flair? Shinsuke Nakamura, somebody they had no fucking clue what to do with.
Look at his jacket. It's made for fucking 6 people.
I think he was flashing people in a park earlier today.
Well, I wouldn't see much. I heard Asians are... Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Japan and Russia being in a tag team, that's scary.
Does this mean we get to see Lana, though? Because that'll be a good thing.
Oh, man. Oh,
there she is.
That
looking
haircut,
like Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, my God, that haircut is so perfect for her face and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, people like Lana that get me in trouble in public libraries and anywhere there's a computer or internet access and people that don't want to hear disgruntling noises. Sorry, I just took it from PG to...
Just follow her on Instagram and you'll see why we like her so much.
I have to stay off of that kind of stuff or I'd be in trouble. I'd be in the nut house. Literally.
This is somebody that Ace is not too high on. He does not get Ricochet. He is not impressed by Ricochet.
No.
He just doesn't give a shit about Ricochet.
I don't think I could say it any better. Other than I really fucking don't give a shit about Ricochet.
Is it Young Buck hatred or is it just...
No.
No?
Because, I'll watch Ricochet and be entertained by him. My problem with him is you've been in NXT not even a year.
Right.
You're
and
now
Adam Cole's not on the main roster, but you are.
Because of your high spots.
Yeah.
I'm over that. What else can you do? Can you wrestle a good 45-minute match, or are you just going to do flips the whole match?
And if you're a 205 Live guy that's the same size as him,
right,
and you're not on the main roster, what do you got to be saying to yourself? Because he was an indie darling, and he had all these great matches with Will Ospreay, and...
Exactly. No, and that's why I'm sour on it. So it's like, not saying you didn't earn your stripes or anything, but I'm over it already. Like,
and you've got a guy like the Velveteen Dream who has charisma out the ass.
I hated it at first. And, I'm not homophobic by any means, but the way I'm going to say it, it's going to come... I hated that character of the flamboyant, gay-esque character. Not that it bothered me, it just was I don't see this really going anywhere. But that guy has proven to me that he's a badass in the ring.
Yep.
That character's okay, run with it. Do whatever you got... do whatever you got to do with it. Run with that.
This is one guy I'm high on, though. I am an Aleister Black fan.
I do like Aleister Black. I wasn't too big on him at first because I just felt like the thing was you had to like him right off the bat.
Yep.
Instead of give me a minute. I don't mind him. I don't like him with Ricochet, though.
No, that's kind of a thrown together. Oh, we're bringing him up. Let's just throw him together.
His chicken is mighty good. Not anywhere near as delicious as my ever-loving Popeyes, baby. And let me tell you, we're gonna plug Popeyes right now. Chicken and potatoes and biscuits and green beans. You can get a soda there.
Now wait a minute. You're gonna plug Popeyes.
I'm gonna plug Popeyes. He's right. Dave likes Popeyes.
I do enjoy Popeyes, but not as much as he does. He's almost orgasmic over Popeyes.
No, there is nothing almost orgasmic about it. I will produce so much baby batter because of what Popeyes does to me internally that I need it to fill me.
Do you see why our tagline is off the rails, folks? Just,
Off the rails.
It's almost Harley Race's God's green earth.
I helped train some of the best. I just don't like his body language and everything. Just, I don't know. But the Young Bucks, I fucking hate them. I'm on record every day of the week. I hate the Young Bucks.
And he hates the fact that I like them.
I hate the fact that anybody likes them. I think if you like the Young Bucks, you have bad taste. And might I quote, just because you put executive producer in front of your name doesn't mean anything. Triple H said that in regards to AEW, which would be meaning Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega. So I'm making fun of them. Aleister Black, for people that are blind, that are watching WrestleMania right now, I'm questioning your insanity if you're blind watching TV. But good for you. Aleister Black is not black. He is white. His last name is Black. I only say that because it makes me think of Deadpool 2, when Black Tom Cassidy introduces himself to Deadpool. Deadpool is constantly making the joke, that's Black Tom, as in he's supposed to be black. So it makes me, every time I now see Aleister Black, I kind of think that for some reason.
So he will not be the first ever black WWE champion?
In a way, no. I mean, he'll be the first ever, if he ever wins it, guy with the last name Black. So yes, but not Black Man.
Not pigment skin black, just name recognition black.
Well, I know with Sheamus, you could say this. He is actually African American. He just has that albino black. So Shinsuke Nakamura rating the outfits of the Power Rangers.
They certainly dropped the ball with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep. Oh, one of the Usos just tagged himself in. I don't think Nakamura was aware of it. He gets dumped to the ring. Black is going to go for a dive, but he gets thrown up in the air, and then he comes down with a Samoan drop. I finished it before he said it. I wouldn't have called that a super kick, would you have?
No, that was not a super kick. But they seem to think that any fucking kick is a super kick in WWE now.
I see this. And you know, I've had friends say this to me before, like other wrestling friends. Like, why do you hate on the super kicks? It's always been around. There was a lot of people doing the super kicks in the 90s. It's like, yeah, but a super kick wasn't a gimmick.
Yeah, it was a finishing move.
Now it's a gimmick.
Yep.
Like, yeah, okay, Stevie Richards was doing the Stevie kick. He was the only one in ECW doing that.
Yep.
Shawn Michaels was like the only one in WWF that they were really recognizing that was doing that.
Yep.
I don't know anybody specifically in WCW that did a super kick as a finisher.
I don't remember too many that did a super kick as a finisher in WCW. Maybe like Glacier did the cryonic kick, which was a super kick. So that.
But other than that, he wasn't one that they focused on that you remember.
Right.
So it didn't become overplayed. It was like, oh shit, yeah, he does it too.
Yep. Oh, we're going swinging in the 10 beats of the Bowery.
I like this. Yes. Make these guys the best, because they are.
I've always enjoyed the Bar. I love the feud they had to set up them becoming a tag team. I thought that was really well done as well. And if I was them, like, yeah, I'd have singles aspirations, but if you like being a team, I think this is a really cool way of, you know, getting the spotlight.
Dude, Cesaro has not stopped swinging him, and Sheamus has gone through 4 superstars with this. He has been swinging him for almost a good solid minute and a half.
Plop down your $9.99 and watch just this match.
And look, now he's going for a sharpshooter. Cesaro is an animal.
I would be dizzy for weeks after doing that.
This is the guy that got his teeth smashed in during a match and continued to wrestle. Cesaro is so underrated. He's so underrated. He's so awesome. And this little bastard would never be able to get out of this move from him.
So much hate on Ricochet today. It's amazing.
It's not going to stop either. I'd like to see... Oh, look at that! Okay, now that's a super kick. Right.
It was a low super kick, but super kick nonetheless. Oh, Carnage. Ooh. The match is breaking down. Rusev tags himself in. Oh, Rusev and Aleister Black. Now that's a singles match I'd like to see.
Well, a singles match I'd like to see is Rusev keep ricocheting Ricochet's head off the mat. As much as I like all of his moves, this is going to get old too.
Yeah, he does. But, you know, if you give him time in a match, like a lot of his NXT matches, he varied his offense a lot.
Right, but when you got to rush your spots like that, it's going to be like, okay, now you're just waiting.
You go back to what you know, yeah.
You're doing the Orton formula of, okay, well, I know I need to get from here to here. I know I need to do all this in the meantime, so let's just set that all up.
That's what I loved about the Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa feud. That their matches, you never knew what they were going to do. They never stuck to a formula. It was different every time. I actually like this team of Nakamura and
I do too.
And Rusev. I think it's really cool.
And they're dressing the same, like the ring gear is matching.
But to be honest, I would like to see a manager that could talk for them. Like, even if I think it would be funny if you brought Sonny Ono from WCW in to talk for Nakamura, and you have... Because Rusev could talk, but Nakamura, he knows English, but he just doesn't speak it very well, so...
Right. I say Jim Cornette. Or not Jim Cornette, I'm sorry. Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah, I mean, he's working there, you might as well.
I just love Bruce Pritchard. I mean... I want to see him as Brother Love doing like just stupid shit just to get these guys over, like anybody else over. I think Brother Love is such a cool character. Oh, Rusev deserves something. He's been robbed the last, beginning half of this month.
It's because he got himself over.
I'd like to see him. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you just heard that, but something happened. I think the universe just split in half.
It felt like it. Ace is happy because Ricochet is getting the crap kicked out of him by Rusev.
He is. He is getting the poop beat out of him. And if people that watch this or listening to this, if you look closely, you'll see some poop on the mat. And that's Ricochet.
Cesaro tags himself in, throws Rusev out of the ring with Ricochet still on the top rope.
Now, could you do this in a match? Sheamus tag himself in, Cesaro tag himself in, and they do the match?
I don't think so, but I don't know if they're going with outsider rules on that.
Because that'd be kind of cool.
Why do you always have to do this Tower of Doom thing when it's a multiple-person match? This is something that's way overplayed.
Ricochet was supposed to land that, but he didn't. That's what it is I don't like about him. He plays to the crowd too much.
He does. Instead of capitalizing when you have all those people down. Like, and if you were in a real fight and you had all those guys down, you'd be beating the shit out of them.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be looking around to see if anybody's approving of it.
I really hope they don't win it.
Looks like they're setting up for Ricochet and Aleister Black to win. 6:30 on Sheamus. And broken up by everybody, except Aleister Black. Lana's looking like she just came off the set of Dick Tracy.
Huh. She could come off the set of my Dick Tracy. If I was in Dick Tracy and she was too, I'd definitely be Mushmouth. Or no, what was his name? Mumbles. I'd be Mumbles.
You'd be mumbling, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, Jey Uso going for a dive off the top and got an uppercut forearm by Sheamus. Super kicks all around by Rusev and Jimmy Uso. Fade to black.
Doesn't even have a cool move. Fucking stupid.
Oh, brogue kick. You gotta love the brogue kick.
Sheamus screaming fella. Definitely not talking to the women. Catch his other one. Come on, shit. See, that's the shit I mean. You're standing there watching him.
Yep, tuck your arms in, Sheamus, because you know what's coming.
Right, you lay there perfectly still right now. Like, you didn't even do anything to make me think he's knocked out laying there.
Yep. And the Usos retain the SmackDown Tag Titles.
Get off me. I don't want to hug you. I'm eating a lollipop, ladies and gentlemen. And Mike Ballard, I'll give you another shout out. You seem to always call me out when I'm eating stuff. He will. He'll message me and be like, I heard you're eating.
It's because he's a fat bastard. He needs to eat, goddammit.
I'm not going to argue these things. I like to eat. And I would say all the weight goes straight down to my gut. It goes right to my gut.
Good thing he's a dad, because he has a dad bod, I'm just saying.
Even if I wasn't a dad, I would still tell people I'm a father, so they wouldn't give me shit for looking like a piece of shit. But, I could wipe my own ass. I wipe my own ass.
Leave him alone, he's shopping.
Right now, Jimmy and Jey Uso are both having epileptic seizures in the ring. Oh my god, look at what
because they were looking at Byron's suit.
He's wearing the black version of his suit. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, Byron, what are you going to wear tonight? I'm thinking like blue metallic. All right, I'm going black metallic.
And Tom Phillips says, I'm going to look like a coroner.
Right, I'm just going to look like I work at a funeral home. We're good.
I don't think we're going to see Bret Hart get attacked in this Hall of Fame highlight. Becky Lynch looking amazing.
That's so cool.
The Harlem Heat. Booker, you were already in the Hall of Fame. Duh.
I call it the Harlem of Fame. He was at Mania? Oh, who do you induct?
Brutus.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
Brutus is looking pretty haggard.
You fat bastard.
Stacy Keibler looking exactly the same. And she talked for a good half a freaking hour. The Honky Donkey Man.
Is that who inducted him? Was Jimmy Hart?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
And of course, Honky forgot some of the words to his own fucking theme music, but it's all good.
Well, it's just coming from the guy that said WWE Hall of Fame means nothing, so. Why go all out for something that only means nothing?
Oh, the Warrior Award.
They probably do make that, don't they, as like a prop you can buy, like a replica thing, an award?
Maybe.
It's kind of cool looking trophy. Oh, that's right, the Sioux lady there.
Ooh, the Macho Man. First name Macho, last name Man.
Middle name, Ooh. Macho, ooh, man. Boom, and there he goes down.
See, that was afterwards because his hair's all fucked up. Like, why would you tackle a man that's had a stroke? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because you got a better chance of winning. Like me, I always go after the elderly when I'm ready to fucking throw down. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Shawn Michaels had one with like the fake nose, the glasses with the fake nose, and he's like, "Oh, I think I have yours, and you have mine." And Triple H puts the one with the nose on, and he goes, "Is this kind of redundant?" But you'll see. I mean, their whole induction was fucking hilarious.
Well, it's personally for me, it's really awesome to see my favorite wrestler in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like, I know he'll be in the Hall of Fame again for Evolution and for Triple H himself, but it's really badass to get to see my favorite wrestler in the Hall of Fame. Watching the Hall of Fame, you know, they're announcing the Hall of Famers, the Honky Tonk Man, who we've met a couple of times, Booker T and Big Stevie Ray, Harlem Heat.
Hall of Fame, we coming for you. Whoa.
Whoa. You don't say the nah. Booker T.
Suckers gots to know.
Oh, Tori Wilson looking pretty good in the green dress. We've met her. Brutus the Barber Beefcake. We've met him. Somebody obviously didn't tell him mullets went out of style when they were in style. Bret Hart. We met him. And Jim Hart. Or Neidhart, not Jim Hart.
We've met a shitload of people in this year's Hall of Fame. I like it.
Yep. 2 of them out of DX with Road Dogg. Or not Road Dogg, but Billy Gunn and Shawn Michaels.
Yep. Fuck, man.
At least one
You
member
got a pretty
of each.
good batting average as far as Hall of Famers.
Oh, there you go. And the leaders of the Hall of Fame themselves. D-Generation X. Some say the knockoff NWO. I say the ones that knocked the NWO off. I'm surprised none of them wore like green tuxedos. I would have worn a fucking all green tux.
They're coming out in leather jackets and just coming out as DX. Shawn
Running
Michaels wearing
amok.
his stupid shit.
At least he's got a like normal hat on.
Just a chance for them to throw out glow sticks to everyone.
It's pretty awesome to see all of DX up there on stage, kicking ass and looking fat. I always enjoy seeing Triple H letting loose and having fun.
Yeah, the driving force behind NXT, which is one of the best brands out there right now.
He's the best bad guy. It's really, really, really awesome to see all these guys like this.
It's going to be cool to see him face Batista later tonight.
I'm so excited for that match. Where the hell is X-Pac? Where'd he go? He lost? He's always the one they got to keep their eye on. Sean Waltman. Yeah, we besides the old lady there, Sue, we've met one person out of all the Hall of Fame here. Booker T with 2 rings on. Bret Hart with 2 rings on. Tori Wilson, she's only got 1 ring on. And I don't mean that as in like Hall of Fame. I'm saying she didn't have no wedding ring on. Tori, how you doing? Billy Gunn, Mr. AEW.
That, as Triple H would say, that pissant company.
That's funny though.
Yeah, they're saving money on the pyro tonight, that's for sure. Oh, The Miz and Shane McMahon. Falls count anywhere.
I had something funny to say and then I forgot it.
If you started watching them as a tag team and didn't know where this storyline was going, you were fucking blind.
Well, Dave was a little blind because he thought The Miz was going to be a bad guy, and
well, he's turned more times than Big Show, so
no, that's true. But I don't really know. I'm not huge into The Miz. I feel like he's over dramatic, and it annoys me. And I think Shane McMahon said it best. Miz's dad has a baked potato for a head. Like, I'm looking at him right now, and he looks like the guy that was the actor in Harry Potter that was the rat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they could have gotten him a bigger shirt.
Looks like Mr. Potato Head as an actual human being.
Right. Yeah. I can picture Don Rickles' voice coming out of that man. Hey, what are you doing? I'm just a Jewish potato man.
Shane McMahon with the worst punches ever. I'm really not caring about all the McMahons being heels again.
Yeah, you said that before. Oh, baked potato face. I mean, his head is the shape of a baked potato, though. I don't really much care for this, like, story or match or anything like that. I mean, I like the Shane to where I'm interested, but this isn't going to play out into anything crucial, in my opinion.
It's not going to really do anything for Miz.
No. I think this is just them trying to make Miz a face for the first time.
And plus, he's got his own show with him and Maurice, so they want to, help that out by making him a babyface.
Yeah.
It's another group they didn't know what to do with Sanity.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame, too, because Eric Young's got a shitload of talent.
I don't understand why they just didn't do what they did with, like, the Riot Squad and shit. Just let them be a random tag team that just comes in. You can throw them around with whoever, but keep them as the mystique. Don't just have them randomly there or something. Like, they're a great tag team. I like all three of them. No, man, Shane McMahon not wearing his traditional jerseys, coming out in a pink tutu and an apron. This is weird. See where this one goes. Just kidding. He's not in a pink tutu and an apron. He's actually in a pair of sweatpants and no shirt with nipple tassels on. I think this is going to be interesting.
Sometimes he scares me, folks. I'm just saying.
Well, the energy's starting to die down, and I was trying to liven it up a bit because I heard you over there yawning.
I don't yawn.
He yawned.
I fall asleep in this chair all the time.
He yawned.
That's true.
He yawned. Oh, Shane's not.
Shane's not having it. Oh, he's gotta introduce him better because Shane needs all that. What is it with these fucked up suits tonight?
They're all trying to top each other with the color. I don't really know.
Look at me, Dad. I'm dancing.
Stop!
Now I have to outdo you. One of the best segments in the history of Raw.
The guy that signs my checks and will fire me, Shane McMahon. It would be better if he just had his own personal ring announcer.
Oh, nice to see Shane acknowledging the human Mr. Potato Head.
The human Potato Head. He comes with all the extra accessories that you can poke into him to make him look like a freakish potato head. Put his arms in his ears, his nose in his mouth, and
he might look better that way.
It's weird. You can open up the back of his head and it looks like the backside of a potato. You stick all the shoes and the glasses in the back of his head.
Nice to see little Nate as the referee.
Woo! You know Shane McMahon's heel because he's wearing black. The Miz will come out wearing bright colors to let you know he's a baby face.
Because it's the 80s again, apparently.
It is. Or to confuse fans, he'll come out wearing black too. And then the crowd will just start chanting USA.
He'll have a 2x4 and a snake and a bird.
And everybody in the ring will be American. So the chant will be really stupid and make a lot of sense. Yep, Miz is wearing black. That's because, faces wear black. Blackface.
Whoa.
I went there.
X-Pac was already out here, alright?
Yeah, I went. And Hogan and Booker T. And there's a lot of racist people on this show. Oh, you can see all the fireworks in the background. There's so many. That's just so stupid. Nobody cares anymore about that.
Yeah, if you're excited about fireworks in 2019...
Well, I am, but do it. If you're going to do it, do it. If you're just going to throw one egg at the moving car and then you're going to go home and cook the other 11... What really did you do? Throw all 12 eggs at the car. That's just the way it is. Oh, there's Ronda Rousey's husband. His husband will be wrestling later tonight during the transgender main event. Miz is thinking, Dad, look at the back. Look at my back as I take my jacket off, Dad. Just look at my back.
My wife is at home all pregnant.
I did that, Dad, with my baked potatoes.
You could never get a woman like that.
No.
With your baked potato face.
You got Mom. That's all you got. You were a baked potato and Mom was the sour cream. Shane McMahon sliding out of the ring like he's all greased up, like it was nothing. Sliding back into the ring like he was greased up even more. Miz might be greased up. He's a little wet looking. Shane McMahon back out of the ring. It's a little cat and mouse ordeal we got here. Shane trying to get him back into the ring and trying to tell the referee to back him up. Shane dancing around like a fairy boy. Oh, he's got the baked potato by the head. He's squeezing it. Oh, man, the chives were everywhere. Shane McMahon is running around the ring like he's got the runs, and he jumps over to the guardrail. The Miz is following him. Hot pursuit punch to the face. Shane McMahon's got the upper hand. He keeps kicking him now. Oh, big shot to the face. Even bigger clubs to the side of the head. Little Nature's just sitting there like, woo, woo, woo. Shane McMahon with jab after jab. You don't know if... Oh, geez, that might have landed. I'm out here commentating.
Stone Cold fell down again.
Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Some of these jabs look okay, and then other ones are like, oh boy.
Yeah, he's...
Oh boy. Some of the ones he's getting into the face, though, it's like, they look like they're kind of hitting. But he did. He went over and squeezed the chives right out of the baked potato's face.
It's been an okay broadcast so far. Some good matches. But does anybody really care about this storyline? Like, does this get anybody emotionally invested anymore? So, you want to hurt the guy, what's the logic of taking all the stuff off the table? Wouldn't you want more stuff to hit him, for him to land on? And
now, my thing is, why do you have a monitor there when all the screens on the table are all flat screen little computers? What's the point? The monitor wasn't even on. What was the point of that thing just being there?
Because it's WWE.
Oh, you want to see a trick? There was a pencil on a table, and I thought it was kind of clever to say. Oh, what's his name is bleeding.
Oh, Mr. Potato Head gets in the way.
Oh, man. Mr. Potato Body. He's got his shirt off, and Miz is bleeding from somewhere.
Yep, because the referee put gloves on.
Oh, he's got it all over his hands. What is this? What is Mr. Baked Potato doing right now getting into the ring? His gut's in the way. Jesus. Looking like that turd you flushed that just didn't go down.
You know what he reminds me of? He looks like the dog from Up. Makes me think he's going to go, squirrel!
Trying to fight. This will be interesting. Who's got better punches? Maybe a food fight.
This is just stupid.
Oh, and George. This match. This was the reason for $9.99 a month. This is right here.
For the reason they should give me back my $9.99 a month?
Yeah, that's pretty much up her interpretation on that one. Yeah, you can do as you want with it.
Why does every match have to use the fucking guardrails as a weapon?
Because it's like the only weapon you can use without get. Well, no, it's false count anywhere. You can use anything. So yeah. See, Dave, those people are at WrestleMania and they have their shoes on. They didn't get chokeslammed out of their shoes.
Listen here. I got a bad choke slam, alright? My shoes fucking came off. What do you want?
I just couldn't. Here you are walking around backstage with no shoes on. Nobody said nothing. Can't believe it. George is dead.
There was a carpet. Of course I'm not going to have my shoes on.
Yeah, but come on. They were people, put on airs. Put your shoes back on.
Mrs. Dad laying there looking like a fucking slug.
Literally. All slimy and dead looking. I think somebody poured some salt on him. You can see Miz's head was blooded up there.
Miz with a suicide dive over the guardrail onto Shane McMahon. Is it just me, or do left-handed punches always look really fucking weird?
I don't really pay much attention.
Oh, there's just a random platform set up. Isn't that amazing?
That's the old ECW walkway. You gotta love it seeing all these people with their phones out not recording. I have a feeling someone's gonna go through that white box there.
Yeah, it's way too random of a spot for that.
For whatever it is, yeah.
Something tells me Shane's gonna climb that huge fucking thing and come off with an elbow drop onto that spot.
That's a good possibility.
Because that looks way too padded to just do something,
a toss onto it or something.
Yeah, like he's gonna do a, Steve Blackman dive off of it or something.
Shane McMahon just punched a small child in the face. Oh my God.
It was a Make-A-Wish kid.
Oh, man. Hope his last wish wasn't a punch to the face.
Maybe it was.
And then he got his wish. Dreams do come true at WrestleMania, folks.
It's truly a WrestleMania moment.
Kofi Kingston might become world champion. You never know. I saw a Val Venus sign out in the crowd, so it really is. Anything could happen.
Hello, ladies.
Miz has got a chair. Shane is all caught up in... Oh, my God! Oh, God! That was my Don West. Just did a Don West for you.
Get a Don West brown bag special.
Don West, I'm here at WrestleMania. Buy stuff, TNAshop.com. Don West.
Get 5 DVDs, 3 T-shirts.
And I'll come hang out with you.
Miz wearing out Shane McMahon with chair shots.
But not to the head because of concussion, so... to the thighs and to the back of the knees.
I'm gonna smack him in the ass with it in a minute.
Oh, we're coming up on all the fucking broadcast announcers, all 72 of them from all 87 states and countries.
Maybe Funaki will get a couple shots in.
Oh, man. The Germans, the Puerto Ricans, the Russians, the Asians, they're all like...
The Puerto Ricans are down at ringside.
I am not geographically correct on anything I say. I'm very politically incorrect. Look at the Russians and stuff. Oh, Shang Dai and Sean Fukushikawami and Funaki.
Funaki's all into it. He's ready.
Oh my God, this is the most action any of these nerds have ever gotten. Nerds! You got tables falling over with all the... that's all the broadcast announcing shit falling over right there.
Yep. It's a lot of money falling over right there.
Look at them. Look at all the Orientals trying to hang on. Oh, man.
That's not Oriental. That's not racist.
This is World War III right now. Battle of the commentators. Last one standing. Wow. That was kind of impressive for Miz to do a big double choke slam like that. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah. He got him up there. This match is only interesting because of where they're fighting, not because of who is fighting.
It's an ECW style brawl into the crowd.
And it's pretty good brawl in the crowd.
Yeah.
All the announcers that are hanging off there from the coastline here are all just holding on to their headsets, just screaming into them. They're not even on their heads anymore. You got the French announce team over here like, oh.
Oh, that looked bad.
Ooh.
A bad bump by Shane McMahon off I don't even know what that...
Golf cart.
On top of a golf cart. That looked real bad.
Shane McMahon fell maybe 3 feet back over a guardrail on the top of a golf cart, and then a straight fall off the cart about 5 feet down
onto a concrete floor.
Not even had his hands out or anything, just straight on his shoulders.
Something tells me he was supposed to stay on top of the golf cart, and he just missed his mark and went straight to the floor.
Oh, definitely a bump by Shane, which Shane can take those. Well, I don't even know if he can take them, but he takes them. And King of the Ring.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say. These guys are...
Actually, that would have been a cool match for Kurt Angle.
Shane
McMahon.
Yeah, you're going to hear us bitching at some point during the Kurt Angle match. If it does end up being Baron Corbin still.
Baby arm.
Baby arms. Fighting Kurt Angle who has baby legs.
Every time he comes out for any broadcast, I'm going to think baby arms time Baron Corbin comes out.
Baron Corbin, former general manager of Raw, former Money in the Bank winner, former Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner, and current baby arms. Shane McMahon and The Miz are fighting atop of some scaffolding, good 10 feet or so above the crowd.
Shades of Triple H and Undertaker from WrestleMania 17.
WWE doesn't acknowledge that ever.
But we do, damn it, because we know our history.
And I think if history has any indication of repeating itself, it will tonight with Shane taking a big bump some way, somehow. Off, and there it is! Where did he fall to? I hope there was another golf cart there.
See, Pepsi's at WrestleMania too. See, they know what's up.
They know what's up. This match is all over the place. It was very boring, but it's kind of exciting now because you don't really know where it's going to go. Shane McMahon, I can't believe he doesn't have a broken shoulder, honestly.
Did you ever notice when Shane sells, he just looks like an old man that's trying to get out of bed and his joints hurt? And
he's just like confused with what's going on and he needs to get away just so he can try to be like, what the hell happened? Yep. Like he just woke up in the middle of a fight.
Yep.
But then again, he has Vince McMahon who helped him learn all of his craft.
Oh my God.
All right, they're about 30 feet up in the air, I would say.
Yeah.
On a pretty well-made scaffold. Cameraman's about to shit his pants. That dude looks like he has no clue. Look at him. He's get out of here. I need to run.
I don't get paid enough for this. And the Miz doing the Ronda Rousey bitch face.
Shane McMahon pleading to don't hurt him. I'm sorry, but it's all a work.
He's working him. That sounds wrong.
Yeah, working him, plugging him, all the weird things you say.
Miz plugging him with right or left hands right now. That sounds weird too.
Oh, shh. We don't know what they could possibly fall into because these camera angles WWE has, they hide the fucking... Oh, my!
Oh, vertical suplex onto padding from about 15 feet in the air.
Still okay, but, I think the falling off the golf cart was a little bit cooler.
Yeah. And the crowd goes banana.
Oh, Shane got the win!
Shane O'Mac with the win.
Shane gets the win only because of the way they fell.
Shane is still the best in the world.
Shane is the best in the world at WrestleMania.
And CM Punk is rolling over in his grave and he's not even dead.
No, it's news just came in. CM Punk died moments before this happened just so he could roll over in his grave. Just for that moment. We can't hear the commentating, but I can definitely tell Corey Graves is going batshit crazy right now.
Corey Graves is orgasmic right now.
He is. I heard somebody say get him more cups because he had filled them. That's how much he's
you get free refills with that?
That's more than 15 feet. That's way more than 15 feet. I use it like a 10-foot ladder every day. And there's no way I'm up that high. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, Shane McMahon is the best in the world. That looks like Bruce Pritchard sitting right there.
God, it's not even 9 o'clock yet.
He's already been yawning like 100 times. He's going to pass out soon. That's what happens when you get 50, folks. Don't get old.
I'm old, but I'm not that old.
I'm
going to die soon.
I can feel it. It's coming on. The dead man will make an appearance at WrestleMania, folks. Don't worry. Well, now they're promoting Money in the Bank. Is that really the next pay-per-view right after this?
Wow. You're switching things up if it is.
I thought this was more like summertime.
Yeah, usually they do Backlash.
Wow, Ziggler. I didn't think he was even Why promote him?
Yeah, usually that's like June or July.
My man, Tracy Morgan. Don't do it, Jim. Jim, don't do it. That's probably my favorite Tracy Morgan movie.
Yeah.
I think that movie is hysterical. Like, when I drop bombs, I drop bombs.
They definitely need to start picking better theme music for their WrestleManias.
My
girl Paige. Much better than Jerry Lawler being on commentary.
I can agree with that. The women's tag team title match, that is coming up next. Where the women will defend the tag team titles. That's all you need to know.
And if you don't know, now you know. Sasha Banks and Bayley.
I hate them.
Ace loves them.
I'm not a big fan of these women. They don't do it for me. And to me, it says something when your champions come out first. It shows you don't give a fuck about this match. There's Bayley, the leftovers of what you would make hot dogs out of, in a gold jacket, which you would only throw on your floor as a rug in your bathroom. I think any grown adult that wears their ponytail off to the side is not a grown adult. I think they are an adolescent child. And Sasha Banks is an asshole.
Tell us how you really feel.
I don't know her personally, but I've seen a few assholes in my life, and when she smiles, she's got the look. I do like those belts, though.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
I had a sit-down interview this past Saturday with Sasha Banks. I got a little one-on-one for WrestleMania weekend to help the podcast out. She was so nice to sit in, and the only question I asked her, the only one that anyone really wants to know, is if the carpet matches the drapes in color and quantity, and she proceeded to call me the N-word, which was a bit ridiculous, but, you know.
So she morphed into Hulk Hogan at one point?
Well, no, it's okay. I guess it's okay for people of her skin to say it.
Oh.
So it wasn't.
So if your cousin is Snoop Dogg, it's okay.
Yeah, actually, every time she would say the word, she would bark at me as if like Snoop Dogg was talking through her. I ended the interview.
Was there weed smoke everywhere too?
Yeah, that, you know what? That might have been the interview might not have happened. It might have just been the weed smoke that made me think all that. You know, but
oh my God!
Look at the wild Samoans.
And that's wild.
Tamina looking like she stuck her finger in a light socket, and I think Nia Jax is the light socket. Not really sure what's going on here with the Uso, the woman here. Tamina and Nia Jax, obviously cousins. I don't know if they're the kissing variety, but you never really know with the wild Samoans. Here we go, Dave's picks.
Oh, the Iconics.
The Iconics.
These two women are so fucking entertaining, especially Peyton Royce.
I'm going to get real X-rated right now because I just don't care. Peyton Royce was hot at first. She has dyed her hair, and she's like even hotter.
Yeah. Like
crazy hotter.
And the fucking Australian accent. I love that accent on a woman.
I don't like her.
You're not a Billie Kay fan, huh?
No. Her body looks like it was put together with Play-Doh. And her hair looks like it's fake and it's just glued on the top of a balding woman. And here we go, a woman that was assaulted last night. Look at, they use a cat for her little fucking skull. Did you notice that?
No, I never noticed that.
She is weird, huh?
Yeah. And like the whole family is, because like Teddy Hart, one of her, like, I guess he's like one of her cousins, is fucking weird too. Like he has a shitload of cats and he's like obsessed with his cats.
That's weird.
Nice to see Beth Phoenix back out again.
Beth Phoenix, the husband of the Hall of Famer Edge. The Glamazon. I remember going to a SmackDown show, and Mike Ballard wanted me to mention this actually at one point. We were at a SmackDown show, and I think I had like 3 signs with me. Oh, there's Bret Hart.
Oh, Bret, he's alright.
Assaulted last night, Mr. Strokey. The 2 signs that I had, one of them was for Beth Phoenix, the other one was for the Great Khali. The Great Khali one said 7'3", 420 pounds, and mine is still bigger. Thought that was clever, right? And then the other one was the Manazon, Beth Phoenix. I thought they were both pretty.
That definitely beats my Khali sign that said Khali needs subtitles.
Yeah, I didn't think they would let me in the show with it because they looked at it.
Yeah.
And I don't think they realized what was referring to.
Yeah, because they're stupid.
But yeah, it did. Mike wanted me to mention that. He's like, you got to mention your sign on there one time, because he thought that was funny. But yeah, 7'3", 420 pounds, and mine is still bigger. The real Big Show is in my pants.
Oh, and by the way, if you go meet the Great Khali in person, he's a fucking douchebag.
He wasn't very fun.
I wanted my money back after meeting him.
Yeah. The only reason I wanted to meet him was because he's such a big dude.
Yeah.
That when you think you're going to meet this 7 foot plus tall guy, that it's like you're going to... He sat down the whole time, so you were taller than him. You know? It's like, man, I want... Your gimmick is you're huge. I want to stand next to you so I can...
Put him at a podium, standing up the whole time.
Exactly. Give him a bar stool or something at least, too, to sit on, so...
Yep.
The up and down isn't so much. But yeah... The women's match is it's underway, not underwear. You'll never see that again in the WWE. No underwear on the women. I mean, not that I don't know if they wear underwear. They might. Probably some of them do. Some of them probably don't. Tamina probably doesn't because she got to let them balls hang. You got Natty and Beth Phoenix teaming up with the tag champions of Sasha Banks, Bayley against the Iconics against Tamina and Nia Jax. I think Beth Phoenix and Talia are going to win. Dave thinks the Iconics are going to win, but we will see.
It would make Wrestlemania iconic.
It would make it iconic, but so wouldn't Hulk Hogan and Sting.
Well, that's true.
Because they're icons.
And then it would be immortal.
Oh, man. Then you would need Eric Bischoff and Ric Flair, immortal, because of TNA, and Off the Rails, and Back to Shelton's Mama, and Sapphire with polka dots, and...
Now you're really off the rails.
Duke the Dumpster Drozy was at WrestleMania 17 in a gimmick battle royal that the Iron Sheik, who could barely walk, ended up winning it. I don't understand how they picked that. Hak Tui, fuck you!
I make you humble.
Oh my god, look at Peyton Royce. If you can't see Peyton Royce, do it. Google her.
Google that, yeah.
And then Google it again once you've Googled it. She's a total babe.
Tamina and Nia, not so much.
Well, no, they're babes. You remember that movie about the little pig that got lost in the city? There's different types of babes, Dave. You don't have to
that'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. Oh, looking for this move here.
Oh,
I don't know
wheelbarrow
the name of it.
suplex.
That's
Very nice.
right, the wheelbarrow suplex. I called it. Tamina and Nia, again, wild Samoans, just wild boars. Samoans. Jeez, I'm just so sorry.
I don't think you could say that, but that's alright.
Natalya and Beth Phoenix are looking on, all pink and black attack. You know, the Hart Foundation, go figure. Got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Peyton Royce, I would say her tights reminiscent of Eddie Guerrero with the flames on the side.
Yup, and they're definitely making me hot, so it's working. For some reason, Bayley and Sasha are dressed up as the fabulous Rougeaus. Not really understanding that. Right? Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah, I would say, that's reminiscent.
Or like the Quebecers.
Yeah. Just not as much talent.
Not as much talent or mustache.
I'm sorry.
As mustache. They had mustaches. The referee looking real good in his black pants.
Did he not just make a 3 count? Because that looked like a fucking 3 count to me.
Don't call it. Don't acknowledge that. WWE will not be happy. Beth Phoenix getting her face smashed off of a knee of Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day, or whatever the hell her name was. Peyton Royce. She's got one of those faces we'll stop right there.
Just one of those faces. Iconics taking most of the match so far.
That they are. Beth Phoenix with a double suplex. She might have popped her tit. We're not really sure on that. She grabbed her breast. Might have Mickey James'd it. She's looking okay. Still real, manly. Natty. Oh, Natty's on fire. Oh, Jesus, did you see what a maneuver?
Thank you, Vince.
He made an appearance. I heard before this match, because I had another quick interview with one of these lovely ladies, Natty, before the match started.
Man, you're getting the scoops.
I am getting the scoops. I learned a lot from Coach over the years.
You're like Scheme Gene. You're getting all the scoops.
I get all the good details, and I've got the Nacho Man coming in later. He's
1-900-909-9900.
Oh, man, Dave remembered that, people. Holy cow.
I'm fucking old, folks.
But Natty said before this match, not only did she dedicate it to her late great father, but she dedicated it to her even greater cat.
And the guy that attacked Bret Hart last night.
And the guy that attacked Bret Hart, which, come to find out, his name was Cat. It was a whole conspiracy about cats. Oh, again, her tit might be injured. She's grabbing... What? Oh, I thought she was going to suplex her own partner.
Oh, bank statement, which is one of the stupidest names for a finisher ever.
Because she's cashing it in? She's making a deposit, or she's trying to trying to withdraw from this match?
I don't want to hear about Sasha Banks making a deposit.
Hey, she made a deposit. I got another interview with Sasha. Beth Phoenix looking for the
glam slam.
I wanted to call it the implant buster so bad. Looking for the glam slam.
She's not black. You can't be calling her Awesome Kong.
I was just talking about popping titties. Oh, there's a sharpshooter with a huge clothesline.
Oh, Bailey's down. Isn't that a shame?
Somebody better hug her. Oh, I'm burping. And it's tasting like chicken. It's finger licking.
Oh, the double sharpshooter, because this should really be a thing.
Moves like this look stupid because they're just laying there waiting again for the move to happen
instead
of
trying to throw a punch or anything
Bailey,
like that.
hold Sasha's arms so she can't move.
Yep.
Who's that fat chick over there with purple hair?
I don't know.
Did you see her?
Yeah.
The one thing that would make this match really, really good if Senior Benjamin was in it. I think that would just add a whole bunch of...
Prepare the field of battle, Senior Benjamin.
I think that's kind of cool that's his father-in-law.
Yeah, that's Rebby Sky's father. That's really cool.
Wouldn't have known that. I mean, if I didn't watch that the DVD set. I mean, it makes sense now of why this guy of that age, of a Spanish-looking descent, was even part of it to begin with. So
I actually watched that one, the Hardys one.
It's really good, isn't it?
Well done.
It's really good.
Which really reinforces my belief that Vince has a part in Impact Wrestling. With the amount of footage that they used for that, and how much they talk about TNA.
So much.
Yep.
And then right at the end it says we would like to thank Impact Wrestling for their whatever.
I think he funnels them money to keep them afloat.
The Samoan Bulldozers, Nia Jax and Tamina, are cleaning the field.
That would be the only thing that would make them good, is if Armando Estrada was with them as their
That would be
mouthpiece.
kind of sweet.
The Samoan Bulldozers.
Bulldozers!
Not the Bulldogs, the Bulldozers.
No, yeah, the Samoan Bulldogs!
We're just being horrible on a lot of levels today.
I'm not a horrible person, I just have horrible tendencies. These women are going to crush them. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Nia
jeez.
with a ginger bump to the outside.
Ladies, if you want to know, or not ladies, I don't mean to specifically say ladies. People, if you want to know how craters are created, you just watch a fucking meteorite hit the ground. See? That's what I was talking about. Meteors like that. Those. Not the women that are meteor than they should be.
Oh, Bailey with the dumbest elbow drop ever.
What a terrible frog splash.
That was horrible. Thank you for kicking out, Beth.
If anyone that isn't a 13-year-old or younger girl thinks Bailey and Sasha are good, you have brain damage. And there's no help for you. You have way too much oxygen deprivation to the brain. You just need to stop.
That was a horrible, horrible frog splash.
It really was. But because of this tag teaming of Beth Phoenix and Natalya, the first time ever they've tagged, Beth Phoenix is now going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame next year as part of this legendary group. So it'll make her a two-time. But Natty won't. Natty's not getting inducted because she didn't contribute shit to this team. She did a spinning power bomb.
She didn't even protect Bret Hart last night, goddammit.
No, I think that was Tyson Kidd that attacked him.
Yeah.
I'm going out and saying it right now. He said, fuck the Hart Legacy or whatever. What were they called? The
Hart Dynasty.
The Hart Dynasty.
Oh, we're going to see a glam slam from the middle rope.
Oh, there was a tag made by Billy Kay.
Making a tag.
Or did Peyton Royce make? Oh, no, Billy did.
Oh, come on. Yes. Yes,
there
the
they go.
Iconics.
Wow,
I called it.
No shit. I didn't think they would win. I just didn't think they would get it. She's so hot. Peyton Royce is so hot.
Great to see the Iconics win it. That's awesome.
Well, seeing how they are legitimately the only women tag team that wasn't just randomly thrown together they've been, it makes sense to have an actual tag team as your champions. That wasn't a tag. She groped her hiney. That was a total feel of the buttocks.
Copping a feel, Billy Kay. Copping a feel.
Yep. That
was really well done.
Yeah, that was a good match, too. Peyton Royce, if I was ever assaulted by a woman, I'd want it to be her.
I hope she likes fat guys.
I hope she's not a lesbian. Any guy, she's into any guy. She's such a babe. Well, we have new champions at WrestleMania.
Seth Rollins and now the Iconics.
Well, I was more or less just going with those guys.
Well, maybe Finn Balor will become a champion.
Stop. Look at Corey Graves, all iconic.
Corey Graves is the man. Wow, WWE Championship.
I would have thought that would have been like right before the women's.
Right. We haven't even seen Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio yet, or Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin, or wow, that's
right.
Getting the championship matches on the way.
Roman Reigns and McIntyre.
Yeah.
Did the Revival have their match? Was that the pre-show?
I don't remember seeing that on the pre-show, but it might have. I mean, we weren't really paying attention to the pre-show, so.
Well, I mean, I didn't even see it during the background at all.
Yeah, that's true.
If you look closer, it's Triple H's dad. He's got a big nose, too. Oh, that looks cool.
Well, the Empire State Building lit up with Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan. I like that.
That is cool looking.
It's Kofi Mania.
Are they going to show him tag team champions with CM Punk?
Now, seeing as how they're already at 2011, I guess not.
Nope. Well, ladies and gentlemen, WWE has Chris Benoit, CM Punk.
Just without the murder.
Yep. Well, Kofi, I don't like black people, so... you're not getting your title shot. That's Vince McMahon. He stopped in to say a few words and he just left.
It's another one of those scoops.
Yep. I asked him if he would stop in for the podcast and he said, So I took that as a yes.
That was a really cool episode of SmackDown, him doing the gauntlet match.
Yeah, I thought the storyline, the build up to it's been good.
And I really like the Usos forfeiting in the tag match, the tag team gauntlet match. I thought that was a pretty cool move.
Right. We're watching the promo video package for Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston.
Daniel Bryan with that stupid burlap fucking championship belt with
I don't
wood
like that at all.
Stones on it.
The only problem I have with when they do championships that look kind of stupid like this, and even when Jeff Hardy was TNA champion and had that fucking dumb
the purple belt
with the silver,
yep,
buckles and shit is. Okay, yeah, that looks good for you, but that's gotta suck for the guy that's gonna win that title.
The first picture of you as champion, you have that belt in your fucking hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like when Anderson won it in TNA, I'm like, you holding that just looks fucking stupid.
Yep.
So if Kofi Kingston wins it tonight, great for him, but to me I'd be like, man, I gotta hold this fucking stupid thing.
But that's like even with the Smoking Skull belt, like if you win that, it just looks out of place for you to have that fucking belt in your hand.
But at least it looks like a belt, like it's the black and gold.
Yeah.
This, even Daniel Bryan, it still looks very toyish.
Yep.
And just to get your first ever WWE championship, you got to hold that thing up. I'd be like, Can you have a fake one like on standby that I can just...
Somebody in the audience give me a replica belt
right.
that would look a little bit better? Don't you dare be sour.
Don't you do it. I love watching the people trying to say the same thing and fuck it up. Even though it's the same thing every week that he says. And you still see people being like, when he says the 5 times, they're like, how many times? You can see them thinking in their head, how many times they win the title?
People used to do that with the New Age Outlaws, too. Like, you still see it in the crowd shots, they're screwing up the whole thing.
It's like, Jesus, how hard is it to, remember what they say week by week? I would have thought these guys would have had a bigger intro, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it. This does not feel like WrestleMania.
Yeah, it doesn't have the spectacle and the excitement of it. That set has a lot to do with it.
It's so boring. Like, I know it's WrestleMania because you're telling me it is.
Yeah.
I don't know it's WrestleMania because I'm feeling it is. Tickle me fickle? Oh, that's stupid. There's no doubt in my mind that Kofi Kingston's gonna win it now. They got a stand out by the ringside with a fucking belt on it.
They?
With a blanket or something over top of it. Because Biggie walked by, I'm like, well, that's a belt underneath that fucking thing.
Yeah. I definitely think they should have changed his music, too. They don't do enough of that when guys turn heel.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Oh, shit, we still got Triple H and Batista. I forgot about that one. I think a lot of not having backstage stuff really makes it feel less important.
Yeah.
It just goes from match to match to match.
Right, there is no break in between to appreciate what you just saw.
I mean, you used to go to Mean Gene doing interviews with everybody, and it made it feel more important to me.
No, I know what you mean.
You'd have The Rock do an awesome fucking promo before his match, or,
Mm-hmm. Like, you are expecting people to be excited. Like, this is what I think their thought is. Well, people are already excited for the show. Once we start, the entrances and bring them down and start the match, then they're excited. It's like, Yeah, but I want to continue to stay excited through the whole thing. I don't want my energy to die down. Like, as soon as the match is over, cut right back to an awesome interview or something going down backstage, and then cut to the ring with the intros and stuff. I really believe like not Vince, but WWE looks at their fans as, and I'm going to say it like this, like sheep as, well, we've already got their attention. We just got to keep herding them along a little bit.
Yep.
There's no more work into trying to keep the fans happy. It's, we can make them happy every now and then. That's all we got to do.
And you give them those backstage interviews, you can expand their character more, too, But it's WWE, what are you going to do?
I'm going to stop watching it. We're going to turn this off right now. We're done.
We've said that so many times. I'm just not going to watch anymore.
They 100% had a belt underneath the black. That was weird looking. I got an exclusive interview a couple days ago with Kofi Kingston. I asked him what the first thing he's going to do is if he wins this title. And of course, he made the joke. He said he was going to go to Disneyland, because that's what everybody, when they win the championships, to go to Disneyland. But he said, first thing he does, because, you get money, you get big paycheck when you win the title. So the first thing he's going to do is buy himself new pectoral muscles. Yep.
Kofi, don't talk about my chest, Kingston.
Yep. He said, I'm sick and tired of people getting me mistaken for Scott Steiner. So I'm gonna buy some chest muscles.
See the inside of a gym, kid. Kofi with a nice dive over the top rope. Everybody in the backstage watching the match too. I don't know, it just feels like the momentum on this show has died down a lot.
They definitely had a belt sitting there. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was something the belt sits into.
It might have been the stand that the Andre the Giant trophy was on.
Well, the way it looks. It looks like there's a centerpiece that the belt sits around.
Oh, right.
I think that might have just been the way it looked.
I think it's stupid that they keep calling him the new Daniel Bryan all the time.
Right, because it's not like when you see on the marquee it says new Daniel Bryan. It says Daniel Bryan.
There's a move you don't see every day. Daniel Bryan with the old surfboard, stretching out Kofi Kingston. Hey, ref, his shoulders are down. You're supposed to be counting.
I still just can't wrap my head around Kofi Kingston being champion.
Yeah, it does seem kind of like it was out of the blue.
Kind of? So out of the blue.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why now? Like, did you have nothing better to do with other characters? Like, so now you just say, hey, let's just fucking use him.
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston going with a boom, whatever the hell it is, boom drop.
Boom drop back when he was Jamaican. Or fake Jamaican.
From West Ghana, Africa.
I mean, this is a good match. It's just, oh.
Ooh.
Oh, Kofi taking a header into the announce table off the top rope.
Oh, man. I think Kofi was hungry because he just ate a bunch of that tabletop.
Reminds me of Mick Foley did that at WrestleMania 2000. Took his chest right into the announce table off the second rope.
Let's watch that again, shall we? Boom!
Oh, man. He bit that one.
I had a pretty good sit-down interview with that table earlier. And it just said, I'm just going to sit around and watch the show and wait for things to happen. And it'd be interesting to see what that table has to say after that.
Man, you get a lot of access.
Yeah, I do. I wiggle my way around the backstage when I can.
You're quite an intrepid reporter.
I get my hand in all the cookie jars. They have a little bit of everything, And it's WrestleMania season. It's here.
WrestleMania.
The stars were out, so I said, you know what? I'm going to put my investigator hat on. I got my notepad, my pen out, and I set out on an adventure to get some candid interviews.
Got my fedora with my press pass,
Exactly. I Clark Kented it to get some, backstage info for our podcast,
And then changed in a phone booth and became Superman.
I found one phone booth. Still in existence. It's in some back hick town in Kentucky. Don't ask me why I was in Kentucky, but I was looking for a phone booth.
Getting more scoops,
exactly. I had such a big scoop that Enzo and Cass, I got a scoop that they are in another wrestling company, too.
I'd like to get 2 scoops of Alexa Bliss.
Oh, man. I'll take a whole fucking half gallon of that.
Oh, and we're going with a rest hold.
Got Daniel Bryan with a rest hold, laying down. They're just kind of hugging it out right now, and
they're spooning.
They are. Daniel Bryan is the little guy being the big spoon.
And I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm not judging. I'm just
right.
Maybe keep it out of my wrestling match.
Right. I mean, we don't need what was that guy's name at that one show? Salvatore.
Oh God. I don't even remember. I trying to block that out of my mind.
What a weird guy. For sure. How about that, huh?
Hopefully he doesn't listen to the podcast.
Holy boy, man. Wow. I tried to get a sit-down interview with Xavier Woods, but he was headed off into some back locker room with Brad Maddox saying he's got to turn a page. I didn't know what that meant, so I just kind of said, hey, enjoy the book, I guess. I didn't really know. And all Biggie was doing was just standing there thrusting his hips, and I just...
A lot of pancakes involved, too.
Yeah, and I heard Brad Maddox say, don't forget the pancake batter. I'm not really sure. I walked away at that moment. I wasn't intrigued anymore. But that's when I did my Kofi Kingston interview. And it was good.
He did it with a Jamaican accent.
Well, I thought I'd do the Jamaican accent to make him comfortable, but he was taken back by it. Looked at me like I was Jamaican him crazy. He went outside out in the parking lot. I was driving a really nice NASCAR car that I had gotten for a gift that day. And he went out with a bucket of orange paint and just dumped it all over the orange paint.
That seems rude.
Some kind of legacy to leave.
And then Michael Cole called him a wildcat for some reason.
Right.
If that made sense.
You see, and Braden Walker popped up like me, and I said, no one wants an interview with you. So he went back into the unknown.
You had a cup of coffee in the big time, and you screwed it up.
You know, someone I do want to sit down and get an interview and maybe get him on our show is Sylvester Turkey.
Is he still a thing? Is he alive?
No, I just thought I'd name drop him just to give relevance to the universe. I don't think that man was going to be anything. I think it was all about Elijah Burke. Oh, Daniel Bryan catching Kofi Kingston mid-air between the legs.
Into a Walls of Jericho.
What?
Almost. This is actually a good match.
It's lackluster. Like, not... Mania is lackluster.
Yeah,
it's just
it
not
really
there.
is. I mean, you had the good open with Rollins and Lesnar, and then...
And Hogan. You had Hogan.
Yeah.
But, where's Bliss been at all?
It's kind of petered out, and speaking of Bliss, petered out, but,
petered out with Bliss? Yeah, I don't...
But, yeah, it's I don't know, it's kind of slowly gone downhill.
Like, where are the backstage, moments of Alexa Bliss, trying to, she's losing control of WrestleMania, or just showing how good she's doing?
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Show some legends backstage doing silly stuff, and...
Right, show the DX backstage causing shenanigans.
Yep. Spray painting Jimmy Hart's jacket or something.
Right. Messing with Batista's locker room.
Yep.
Pissing him off even more.
Have Bruce Beefcake cutting somebody's hair.
Right, just going on in the background as people are walking by.
I would love an interaction with Elias and the Honky Tonk Man tonight. That would be tremendous.
They've done it and do Jarrett, because now Jarrett's here. He's working backstage. Kofi Kingston with big strong elbows to Daniel Bryan's goat face. I see if Kofi doesn't win this here tonight, he's going to Money in the Bank and gonna win it that way.
Yeah, that makes some sense, yeah.
Him some way getting screwed out of the title here tonight, and then them saying, well, if you can win Money in the Bank, you get another title shot.
Right.
There's, oh man. No way, what's his name? Can't think of it. No way, what is it? No way, I can't remember. No way, Jose, that's what it is. With his lime green hair that he stole from Naomi.
Or the Hurricane.
He did have green hair, didn't he?
Yep. And he's backstage, too.
He's looking like a retired alcoholic. He went on a binge for, the last 10 years, and then just said, okay, I'm done today. And looking he looks like not fat, but he just looks like a piece of shit.
He does. He really does.
He does, right?
Yeah, he does.
He had beat the hell out of his old woman. She kicked him out of the house, took the kids from him, killed his dog, and he just sat out in the rain for 6 months and cried. He just looks awful. And then you got Matt Hardy, who keeps looking better every time he steps away.
Yep.
It's crazy. Kofi Kingston went for the Trouble in Paradise, but Daniel Bryan catching him, putting him back in the walls.
Reversal by Kofi, small package.
1, 2, and it's a break up at 2.
Big sequence there.
Oh, this move.
It went for the SOS.
He's going to break someone's neck or his own doing that.
Yeah, that's a gnarly looking move, that's for sure. Oh, really bad springboard crossbody by Kofi.
Daniel going for the cover. Oh, it's a fight for...
Oh,
is he going to go for the yes lock? Bryan's got the...
Whatever the fuck he calls it now.
Daniel Bryan's got the cross face, the crip... Oh my God. He kicked him in the shoulder and knocked him the fuck out.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
You got the Lucha House Party over here eating fucking tacos and burritos and Tostitos and the whole Ito's family. Everybody's screaming Kofi Mania.
Oh, nice stomp by Daniel Bryan.
Jesus. Kofi Kingston's going to have to win this match to really get a new chest because he just got that shit stomped in.
See, now, like on this one, they're doing a lot of their usual moves, but it's different.
It's placed.
It's yeah, you know, it's not like a Randy Orton match where it's cookie cutter and
it's
you know
a combo.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Daniel Bryan going for the, what does he call it?
I don't know, he calls it this is a running knee. I don't know
is
what
that,
the
he
fuck
doesn't
he calls
have
it, yeah.
Okay.
Or he might call it something, but the announcers don't fucking know. Oh, SOS!
Oh, fuck.
Oh, right back into the yes lock.
Oh my god, William Regal just came out and started kicking the shit out of Daniel Bryan! Oh my god! That'd be awesome. Fucking just
he
comes
called
through.
him a silly pillock, too.
Comes through with a fucking knee trembler. Boom!
That'd be really cool.
Wouldn't that be badass?
That'd
It
be
just puts the
badass.
fucking Regal stretch on Kofi and just says, fuck all of you guys. I'm here to stay.
You're going to NXT.
We're big William Regal fans. Big.
One of the best wrestlers to never be World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites. For sure. Daniel Bryan just pulled out a pistol. 9mm. He's going the loose cannon Brian Pillman route. Flying Brian Daniel Bryan.
He's going to wrestle Goldust tomorrow and end up wearing a dress.
Oh, God, he's going to form a tag team with Stone Cold Steve Austin. They're going to call themselves the Why Bother. Kofi Kingston dedicated this match to the bowling alley that Kevin Owens played in the last couple of vignettes.
I guess Kofi figures if people keep hitting him in the chest, it might actually become normal.
Oh, my God, it's moving his pecs more to the side. It's like, look at it!
That's horrible. That's just disturbing.
How do you not have pectoral muscles like that?
I don't know.
Fucking weird.
That's fucking weird. It really is. Kofi Kingston hulking up.
Yeah, with that 4-inch chest. These two looking like marionette rag dolls just getting tossed around at each other. Daniel Bryan going for the... Oh, God! Oh, my God!
Wow, that was a really cool transition, though. I like that.
Saving Grace?
Oh, I like that. Reverse suplex. Nice.
I thought he was going with Saving Grace. I was like,
Yeah.
Yo, Devon!
Well, he's an agent, so you never know. I wouldn't be surprised if Devon was the agent for Kofi's matches.
Because he's black? Is that why else? What other reason is there? Hey, you know what? I like this kid with the crazy colors and shit. Let me be his fucking agent.
He can testify.
Oh, brother, these guys.
Fucking Rowan.
Oh, Xavier Woods with his Iron Sheik shoes got caught. Everybody's getting thrown over the
Careful,
fucking
Rowan.
table.
He'll make you humble.
I don't care for Rowan. I really don't.
Oh, trouble in paradise to Rowan.
Okay, yeah, it was just the thing for the belt to sit on. Biggie Langston is a scary man.
Oh!
3 ain't enough. He needs a 5.
5.
Ooh.
Oh, Daniel Bryan going for a suicide dive, gets caught in the mouth.
Well, Biggie had a present for Kofi Kingston before the match started, so maybe there's a belt in the box. Because he had a pretty big box.
That'd be cool.
He did, right before the match started.
I mean, they do sell, like, a New Day, belt on WWE Shop. Well,
he did. Biggie did. He pulled out a big blue gift wrap box with a big bow on it and showed it to him.
Cool. It's a cobra, like Jake the Snake Roberts at Miss Elizabeth and Randy Savage's wedding.
Just open it up and it bites Kofi right on the face. That's the power of Python. Daniel Bryan can't believe it. Kofi Kingston is still going strong.
It's Yeselmania all over again.
Kofi's looking up at him thinking, do I grab the fucking tag rope? What's going on here? These are brutal looking, too. He makes these look really good.
Whenever you talk about the tag rope, it makes me think of Mark Sherman with the golden tag rope.
The gold tag rope, yeah.
Those were such good times.
Daniel Bryan, I got an interview with him after this match. And I asked him, I said, Bryan, where did you get your inspiration for those, like, stomps to Kofi? He goes, I draw a lot of inspiration from American History X. I didn't need to say anything else because I knew what he was talking about.
Did you use the time stone to go ahead in time and get this interview?
By the time they hear this, it'll be after WrestleMania. I'm like a jack of all trades and a master of none.
What do you jack off all trades? What?
My uncle was on an elephant. I helped him jack it off for What?
No, Dad, I didn't just learn how to jack off an elephant.
Gordy?
We're trying to make this match interesting, damn it.
Gordy, is that you? Kofi Kingston may not be the champion at holding belts, but he is the champion at hide and seek, folks.
Wow.
What? He's just
really good at it. That's
right.
what you're saying.
He's innovative.
Has nothing to do with his skin color.
He treats hide and seek like he does the Royal Rumbles. He's always looking for a way to enhance it.
But he ultimately loses, is what you're saying.
Right. Yes. Kofi Kingston with clubs to Daniel Bryan's ugly goat face.
I don't know if I'd rather have the goat face or the Mr. Potato Head face.
I don't know. I think it's all better than having the fucking concave the chest. Ooh! Kofi Kingston is black hot right now. Just smoldering. Xavier Woods, Consequences Creed, trying to get the crowd going with New Day Rock's chants, slapping the ring.
And Big E, I don't know any other gimmick he used. So
oh, there it is. Trouble in Paradise. 1, 2, 3! Kofi Kingston has been... Oh my God, he is the WWE champion. I cannot believe Kofi Kingston is the WWE champion
That's
right now.
That's fucking amazing.
Oh my God.
You know, when they said, we're going to start giving the people what they want, that they really are. This is great.
Chavo Guerrero, a white version. Kerwin Guerrero, Chavo White, whatever you want to call him.
Kerwin Guerrero,
the non-warrior of the family. Kofi Kingston is the new WWE champion. That's
great.
Crazy. And I'll say this. If it wasn't for the New Day, I would absolutely hate Kofi Kingston still, because he just never did nothing for me.
Yep.
But because of the New Day, they showed me that he could become WWE champion. Throw that hunk of shit out. See, that's what I saw. Or is there a belt behind it? They did. It wasn't just a thing. Okay.
Nice.
Well, so since there is a belt there's a good chance that there could still be a poisonous snake in the box. We are still trying to stay hopeful here at WrestleMania, folks. We need surprises. See, and this just adds to what Dave and I were just saying about holding up a title. Like, now he gets to hold up
the actual WWE
with his
title.
name on it for the first time.
Yep.
Like, that's great.
See, they're listening to us.
That's really cool. Good for him. That's awesome.
And a lot of people were saying that, the other New Day members were going to turn on him and he wasn't going to win it and they were going to break him up, but they're keeping him as a faction. I like that.
Yep. Well, I mean, not every faction that comes and goes needs to end on a bad terms.
Yeah.
4 Horsemen, I don't think ever did.
Like, not really. I mean, they'd move members in and out, but
never
really
like,
broke
let's
up.
disband it and Flair, I'm Flair, I hate you, Arn Anderson. It never would.
Yeah.
It was just, nope. We went our own directions, and there's a couple black kids in the crowd or in the ring. I'm pretty sure they stole them. I don't think
they're stealing children now.
Yup.
One's wearing a pair of Uggs,
and they're both wearing. Kofi's hugging them. They might be children. They could be his parents, just stuck in like.
Their chests are normal.
Right. Things are. It's WWE. You never know. There's a box. These kids could get bit by a poisonous snake right now, and the ratings could go through the roof. Oh, there you go. New Day shirts with them holding the titles. You know what I have for shirts? When Kmart was going out of business, I bought some of their shirts from them. They had a whole rack of literally like Kmart, not employee shirts, but like just Kmart shirts that said Blue Light Special and shit on them. They were selling them for like 50 cents a piece.
That's cool.
I was like, I'll just buy a couple shirts for 50 cents. Like, I don't care what they look like.
Yep. This is a really cool moment. I like
this is cool.
And it's got to feel cool for a guy like Daniel Bryan who had to work as hard as he did to get it. Mm-hmm. To be able to do that for a guy like Kofi,
Right. Wait, are you saying that these heels aren't really heels?
Kayfabe was broken a long time ago. I'm just saying.
Who's Kayfabe? Was that a gimmick?
That's one of the chicks in the back. Kayfabe.
Is that a gimmick? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a new NXT wrestler, Kayfabe.
Oh, Kayfabe. They should do that. They should. Kayla Fabe.
Call me Kayfabe for short.
I break all the rules. I don't apply to anything.
And this is my tag team partner Vacant. He's held the title a lot of times.
His finishing move is called the belt. Xavier Woods screaming, "We made it." I'm sorry, but that's not how a championship works.
And instead of doing a backstage promo or something cool,
right, like doing an interview with him,
a charity video, like we don't know that they do charity work.
Hey, WWE, if you do so much charity for like people and whatnot, how about you rate or lower the ticket prices to your fucking bullshit shows and lower your fucking merchandise prices? I'll never understand. why $1 billion company with anything, even like NFL and shit, why you charge so much to go to the games.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. It's like, off of this alone, you're making enough money to run the rest of the year without fucking doing another show.
Yep. These douchebags from Saturday Night
Michael
Live.
Chost and I don't know what their names are.
No way Jose just looks fucking stupid.
He looks like a character that somebody would create in a wrestling game.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does.
Like somebody that you would never see.
It looks like a generic one that the game itself would have come up with, yeah.
Exactly, it does. Like, what's obnoxious, but most of these fans will probably think it's cool. Lime green pants with lime green hair on a black guy that dances. That sounds right. Braun Strowman winning another credibility standard, but it doesn't do anything for him.
He'll just do nothing with it.
Oh, wait a minute, a backstage moment. The morgue. She's at the morgue.
She is so fucking sexy.
The hell do you got going on there? What the fuck is that doctor's hair all about? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on yet, but there's a bald guy in the background with nothing but a bun. Like, literally on the back of his head. I need to know what that's about.
Oh, it's Scott Hall!
He wasn't bald.
And Kevin Nash.
White as hell. See, now, why can't you be more creative like that? That is so random.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Booker T!
To do some horrible commentary.
I better get a shucky ducky quack quack. Look at him. He just knows. He knows how to fucking work it. He's awesome. The King Booker.
It's Rey Mysterio. I like cookies.
He's a little bit more taller than a hornswoggle. Who's he coming out with? Oh, Mysterio. That's sick. That is so genius. Rey Mysterio with the name Mysterio is coming out as the comic villain Mysterio.
That's cool.
That is awesome. I think that's brilliant. The gold and green colors, the purples, that's really, really brilliant. I would buy that as an Elite figure. If they make that.
I'll do it.
I will buy that. That's really, really cool. I like that. Even his gloves all the way up, how they come out, that's pretty cool. And to use the name Mysterio from a character that's already named Mysterio is really cool. You know it's WrestleMania when the guy that I can't stand, I'm fucking giving him kudos.
Oh, we're announcing them now after they've been destroyed by Shane McMahon and...
Our announce tables were destroyed earlier tonight in a match. We're going to send it over to our Russian broadcasters. Our tables were destroyed, as they said earlier. We are here, Russian, Rusev #1.
I love Lana.
Oh, now we're over here at the Asian. Ding, ching, ling, a ding.
I was at the New Japan show last night.
Funaki was?
No.
Oh. I'm everybody. Oh, here we go with the Hindi Obado Kudwani and Ashka Kapoor.
We got the Indian Mark Cuban.
Shark Tank. Yeah, I like that outfit. That's cool. Samoa Joe.
One of the baddest asses on the planet. Even though they made him look like a bitch.
But he just, look at the swagger. He's covering his nipples, you know, like. He's like, I have Samoan nipples. These people must pay to see my Samoan nipples. Oh, yeah, South Korea. The nice ones.
Siok Muli.
More Asians. We got the Oriental Express here. Mangai and Shang Dang. We love WrestleMania 35. And last but not least, we have Christophe Auguste and Philippe Charot from France AB1. Look out, they're stinky le pure, WrestleMania 35.
I wasn't ready for that.
The world isn't.
Oh my
Samoa
God!
Joe with a huge boot to Rey Mysterio. It's got Rey even questioning who the hell he is now.
He's looking for a fishbowl to put on his head.
Right, rattling his brain around. Samoa Joe looking to make quick work. Oh, and a huge DDT by Rey Mysterio. Of course, the biggest little guy is probably going to win against the biggest little guy there is. The littlest big guy. Oh, he's dialing it up. Oh, man, here we go. Talk about a quick match.
Catch him right in the coquina clutch.
Fucking JBL all over again right here. Yeah, coquina clutch.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Tap him out. Tap him out.
Hell yeah.
No fucking way should Mysterio get out of that. Tap him out. Tap him out. Dude. Samoa Joe just beat Mysterio.
That is tremendous. Thank you, Samoa Joe. You just redeemed the show.
Yes. Oh, man. What a fucking win for Samoa Joe. A squash match over Mysterio. Fucking A. That's how you do it.
Now go beat up Baron Corbin and be Kurt Angle's last match.
That'd be sick. I don't care. That's
awesome.
I've had conversations and debates with people over what Samoa Joe will or will not do in this company. I always keep saying Samoa Joe is going to be the champ. There's no way he's in this company.
It may take him longer to get there, but he'll get there.
But there's no way a guy like Samoa Joe is just going to ride a mid-card. He'll go to... He's too smart to say, I'm in WWE. I'm not just going to be here to say I'm here. I'm here to fucking become the champ.
That was great. That was the perfect way to do that match.
I think with us putting Joe over there and jinxing it, I think it was the universe listened. Awesome. Good. He needs to get this type of push and not just lose the title to Rey Mysterio and then win it back or something. Run with it.
Fucking awesome. Thank you, Samoa Joe.
And his United States champion came out. That's really great.
That was great.
I'm so glad Samoa Joe got a win like that. I'm glad he got the win. I bet the stipulation for Booker T to come out as an announcer was, the match is only going to be 2 minutes long. You won't really be able to say much.
You can't fuck it up too much.
Go on out.
There is no better place to stop than Samoa Joe choking out Rey Mysterio. Episode 2 will start with Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. Alright everybody, thank you for checking out part 1 of our WrestleMania series. Part 2 will be released next week. Be sure to stay tuned to our social media accounts, including Facebook, and we are on Twitter at Comic WrestlePod. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube and Google Podcasts and Spotify. Ace Williams and I would like to thank you again for listening to the Comic Wrestling Podcast.